Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
We got a lot to get to today, ladies and gentlemen. Winners and losers of the playoffs so far. We got Nico Harrison giving his first real interview with cameras allowed. The Athletic just dropped their NBA survey that we're going to get to. This is a
Landry Fields got fired.
Landry Fields. Everybody except for, never mind. How y'all feeling today?
Feeling good. How you feeling?
Cannot complain, man. I feel like I wake up every single morning like, damn, last night was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Same. I've been saying this is going to be one of the best playoff runs that we had in a while, and it's starting off that way from the inside. The outside of the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? When I mean outside, I mean that 1-8, 2 set. Those ain't really been giving us, the Warriors. The Warriors and Rockets.
Yeah.
But those 1-8s is kind of like, man, you want to get on 2K?
They taking care of business, man.
Yeah, they are. I definitely wish I was 1-8 right now. But, yeah, I feel good, though. A little bit tired. We're going to do this a little bit earlier.
I feel good to wake up, though. Just get it out the way.
Definitely always feel good to wake up. Want to wake up. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for waking me up.
You know, today is
all day.
Today's Earth Day.
Okay.
You see that clip that they posted?
No.
Your favorite planet.
Your favorite planet, man.
Oh, yeah.
How you going to celebrate Earth Day? The same way you celebrated Easter in 420?
Yeah.
Okay, word.
You got to use what the Earth gave us.
Right.
What Mother Nature
But now
gave
you got to
us.
go out on the trail and do it and say thank you.
That's a fire hazard.
We not smoky.
We not
Hey, I
those
do
type
want to
of
say
areas.
you have a very funny moment, bro.
When?
That's like climbing up the ladder for me. It's when we was doing that show, not to cut you off, the pilot episode, and he was getting on you. And you was swinging back, but then he kept getting on you. You ran out of swing. He cornered you in, and you was like, hey bro, shut up.
Because he already got it. He just trying to milk it.
That's the same thing as like, so.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, okay.
You can low-key just win the argument by saying shut up.
And that's why the Knicks lost to the Pistons. So.
Yeah, all of y'all teams have lost a game so far. My team ain't lost a game in this playoffs yet, so.
True.
No, they lost. We including the play-in in this.
No, I said playoffs.
No, we're including the play-in in
drop
this.
the mic exclusively for Mike, because he's the only one that got a playoff team in here. Y'all sit like y'all teams is doing.
What you mean?
So,
Okay.
he ain't got no team in the race. You know.
Oh, because Dame didn't play, so that's not his team. But if Dame suit up, then it's back to being his team.
No, if Dame do well when he suit up. Just like we ain't heard him say anything about Paolo in a minute.
He did have a Paolo tweet the other night.
He did. But remember, it was a long time since we got that.
Yeah, true.
But what did you even say? You said like, man, Paolo.
He put on the offensive masterclass.
In the first half. You're right. But that was the first I heard from Paolo from you in a minute. You are a true Laker fan.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather lose game 1 or game 2? Would you rather be like us, where you won game 1 but you lose tonight?
Game 2.
You rather lose game 2?
Game 2.
The back against the wall when you lose that first one, huh?
Mm-hmm. And I think you just swing the momentum you basically just gain the momentum once you win that game, because it's like we can do it. You got to get over that first hump.
But do you think Detroit now goes back home with momentum?
Absolutely.
I think so, yeah.
So would you rather that, or you rather them have it early and you take it back and you take momentum going to the crib?
I would rather lose game 1.
I think game 1 is the most expendable game there. It's really a fill-out game.
Yeah, because you look at game 2 and be like, oh, yeah, J.J. Redick made this adjustment from game 1, and maybe that carries throughout the rest of the series. So, yeah, I guess I agree with Mike. I guess the stats don't say that, though. Like, the winner of game 1 usually wins the series. But also, there's, like, 40 years of 1-8 matchups as reference as well. So, it's like it don't matter if you win the first game in a 1-8. You're probably going to win that series.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, even though my team been in the playoffs in a little minute, I would rather lose that game 1 if you guarantee me game 2. Because that momentum, especially if we are the lower seed, that means we got the momentum going to the crib like the Pistons do.
But I also understand your first answer in winning game 2, because to lose that first game, now y'all boy, don't panic. You be down 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
You panic and boy, you look up. But yeah, I was just curious.
Before we get into this athletic thing, let's do drop the mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places. Today's Drop the Mic presented by Toyota. How does one surpass Kyrie Irving as best ball handler all time? Small pause in there too.
I don't think. I think it's gonna have to take a lot of time because I think the legend of Kyrie Irving is gonna live for a long time. So we have to be like 30 years down the line. With like us, we don't care to argue no more. It's like all that new guy, Steph Curry the fourth. Oh, Cannon Curry. Cannon Curry came to the league. He got a better handle than his dad and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, it might have to be like that because anytime I feel like the question is brought up, like about who's got the best handle, it's damn near always Kyrie Irving. You know, some people will argue like AI and like other talks like that, but Kyrie Irving feels like the unanimous best.
I think AI had the best crossover, but overall, just ball handling in general, Kyrie just got him beat.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a while. I honestly don't know what you would have. You would just have to be better than. You have to be more magical than Kyrie Irving.
Like, because you have to somewhat just pass the eye test. And Kyrie is probably, again, the bar is so high to pass that test. I'm talking about, like, he's just done shit with the ball that, like, it's just Kyrie Irving like. I mean, when we see somebody with crazy handles, like, you refer it to Kyrie Irving type thing.
Because it's not even just the ball handle; it's the finishing. It's like a package of the two. I'm beating my defender, and then get into the basket and doing an under sweep and layup with my left hand on the right side. It's just a combination of it. So just pure hoop heads and analytical guys can get behind Kyrie Irving as a player, and I think that's kind of rare.
I think you got to be a star. What I mean is there are some guys that probably got better handles, but they not doing shit with it. So I think that's the thing that Kyrie gets the edge over. It's a lot of guys in history. Rafer Alston was on. It was skipped to my Lou,
yeah.
But he wasn't doing.
Yeah, that's what
shit
elevates
in
it
the
because he
game.
literally is doing it in game at the next
as an
level.
elite
While
player.
being 25,
I mean,
50,
one of his best clips all time is when they were in like the USA, like what was it, the camp or whatever,
yeah.
and he's just going through everybody.
Yeah.
I
I also never forget when he fucked Steph up with that, like fake behind the back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, is it on the same level as like not influence wise because Steph just literally changed the game, but like same level skill wise is Steph shooting?
No.
I think there's a wider gap between Steph Curry as the best shooter of all time and whoever you deem to be the second shooter. Like, I think there's a larger gap between 1 and 2 with Steph shooting versus Kyrie Irving ball handling 1 and 2. And I don't even know who 2 would be.
Iverson. Probably.
You think Iverson?
Tim Hardaway, Iverson. You know, you got Isaiah Thomas. The only
Because like
thing
an
is,
old head could argue
They've been on
Allen
Isaiah
Iverson.
Thomas ass too.
They have been. You could argue
haven't
Allen
seen-
Iverson.
I was low key doing that stuff on the floor with my silent ball when he was putting it between the legs. I was like, yeah.
but that's what I'm
in
saying.
my house.
That's the other part where it's like that's such a long time ago that we look at that like, what the hell are you doing? But that was
At the
shit.
time, yeah, it was incredible.
That was the shit.
And
He was
honestly,
doing this.
It is hard to do.
Yes,
it's extremely hard to do.
It just looked crazy, but
I think if we give Mike 3 days to practice, he can get it done.
no, because I seen him shake and bake and almost tear his ACL.
I
and
told you I was
Jamal
doing it like
Crawford's.
a couple days ago on my floor. Literally that day when I was, I had it was the Lakers game. It
You
was
said
on
you did it
Saturday.
with silent ball. You
Yeah.
do it with real ball.
There's a big difference. Why you just do that, Mike?
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on now, Mike. Come on now, Mike.
Give him 3 days.
Come on,
he
Mike.
can do
Bro,
it.
y'all act
Yeah.
like that's the hardest shit in the world to do.
But he just acted like he was doing it with a real ball.
But it's not like I went outside
Mike,
to do it.
I ain't saying it's the hardest shit. I don't think it's rocket science.
Bro,
but
I think
it ain't-
everybody up here could do that shit pretty easily.
Did you see the full clip of what he was doing? You know he dribbled like he was on
Yeah,
You're not doing
yeah.
that, Mike.
And you
You're
can
not
like
doing
alternate
that.
legs
You're
while
not
on your
doing
back.
that. You're
He
not
was doing that too.
You're not doing that, Mike.
KB, you think
You're
you can
not
do
doing
those?
that.
I know. No, I don't think I
Mike,
can. do
you're
it
not
personally.
doing that, bro.
I think y'all underestimated yourselves.
You're not doing that, Mike.
You're not alternating legs
Well,
while laying on your back.
it's really only one way to find out, so we just got to do it.
I will pay money for him to do this right now with the side. You were just doing it, so I don't even fuck a real ball. Do it right now on this set, and I will go to the bank after this show and get you $150 if you do that
Singles.
without fucking up.
Ask for singles.
I
Right
need
now.
my shit in quarters.
Right now.
Damn. Oh, snap.
Christian, don't Christian go? Yeah, throw him that ball.
Legendary moment. If you are an audio listener, that's probably one you want to come over
Yeah,
and
take
see.
that jacket off, take the
Uh-oh.
hat off, because if you
And
doing
the shirt.
if you doing what Isaiah Thomas did, you can't wear none of that shit. It's finna fall off.
Oh, boy. Just so there's no dead air, let's talk through it.
That's,
Okay.
Let's see what he do.
Okay, that's
Oh
The
shit,
control
brother.
ain't amazing, but
Shit, bro. Oh, he just
yeah,
paused right
yeah,
there.
yeah,
He
no,
just
no.
started over again
No,
right
that
there.
ball can't stop.
Oh man.
No.
Oh man.
but that's why I say 3 days.
Oh, man.
3 days of practice should be enough.
Oh man. Oh man. But you have a silent basketball.
Okay, that's all I got.
A real basketball gonna bounce a lot more.
If you had to double palm that, the real basketball gonna be a lot heavier,
It's gonna bounce a lot more.
and it ain't gonna have whatever the hell that is.
How would
It's
you,
okay to not be able to do some shit. An all-time great point guard.
How would you
I'm
grade
not
that
saying-
performance?
Probably a D.
Okay, at least you honest. It did. You at least it did dribble it, so it
No,
can't be an F.
shout out to him. He gets an A+ for trying.
Yeah.
I give him an A for effort.
I don't like A for efforts, man.
But that wasn't A for performance, though. I'm trying to give you something, brother.
A for effort.
You don't got to give me nothing. I don't
F-
need your handout.
A for effort. F for.
I don't know, bro.
way it went, so
you
that's
need
a
a
D.
hand. You might not need a handout. You need a hand in help. Go ahead to show you some clips or something.
He really talked about that like it was so easy.
Like it was like then he gonna ask KB, could he do it? You like KB? You
See, that's why he made me mad, because he do shit like that. He do
Yes,
shit like that
we
talking
back.
about his
We
easy.
back. Deflector of the year is back.
He talk about, man, he act like it's so easy. Every time he talk about basketball, he talking about he doing some shit what he love to do. But what happened when we out on the court, P?
The
he got you
DPOY.
there.
Be straight up lying.
Hey, that's one of the best deflections I heard.
Be straight up lying.
Because yeah, you do be
Oh, boy.
Man, I'll be working on my post game.
I haven't said that once.
So you ain't never talked about your post game?
No.
Okay. You right.
Not that I'm working on it.
DPOY for sure. Deflecting podcaster of the year.
I love it too.
His first time, man.
I love it.
First time would have been it.
Hey, on this one, they both, you know what I mean? I'm a foot over here with Mike though a little bit, cause what conversation did we just have? Oh, when you told him to shut up. You do be poking and poking and poking and poking. So now, yeah, you put his back against the wall. Yeah, cause when it is time to do some shit, your ass boy got more excuses than a lawyer.
You weren't here that episode.
Yeah, lacrosse practice. Hey, y'all want to run? Christian said y'all want to do in real life content. I think I got class.
About it.
No, yeah.
You weren't
supposed to
here.
play KB for years now.
It ain't happening.
He already did. He
Dude,
said that.
Josh Thompson tearing
He
his
said it's
ACL
not
and MCL ruined my ability to ever step on a basketball court. for
Well,
real.
to help you out with that, we have done years of in real life content and never sprained an ankle. That tells you that Josh Thompson was out there trying to be an NBA player. We ain't doing that.
No, bro.
And yeah, Josh was somebody that actually used to hoop hard. So I definitely believe when he was out there, he came to do some damage. But anyway,
When you weren't here, it was just us three up here. He was like, man, I hit the group chat seeing if y'all want to play golf. You know what I said to him? Do you remember the week before I hit the group chat as well, asking y'all to play golf?
no the fuck you didn't.
No, he did. He did
did.
say Monday.
No,
y'all
I'm
want-
saying no the fuck he didn't say that.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And nobody responded.
Terrence responded to me. And then the next day when we were at Avery's party, Pierre talked to me about it. Saying that, like he was asking if I was going. He's like, oh, okay. You the only person that's like completely ghosted. So when you came into here acting like everything was cool with the golf shit, I was like, man, I just hit the group chat 3 days ago trying to play.
Trying to play that victim.
Hey. Another story. Yesterday, because we did the linear show. I don't know. Oh, we were walking in.
I'm gonna eat my banana.
He wasn't here yet. He said, y'all ain't been on schedule one. I stopped for a second to think like, why? Like
You see how my reaction to that? I just laughed.
My first reaction was, why do you care?
I was just talking.
But
just in general.
then I thought to myself, maybe he's just talking, so I'm not gonna say why do you care. That would be rude to just start. That's my first time seeing my boy all day. Why do you care? That would have been. So I just dialed back in my mind like, oh, maybe he's just saying. But I first got the question like, and like what you care for? Like you really, because it's like we was trying to get you on schedule one for weeks, and you wanted to play that weak ass game.
I'm on Rivals.
I'm all right. So
I'm on Rivals.
to walk up and be like, man, y'all ain't been on, because usually he used to do that with 2K. Like, man, y'all ain't been on 2K. I've been trying to play. But then when we wanted him to play, he MIA. It's just like, that's definitely the golf shit, because the golf shit I wanted to do. I wanted to go. I just had Penny though.
I might play tomorrow, so I'll let y'all know.
But that's funny. That is hilarious. That's D Millie though, boy.
It is.
That was the same way with the White Sox game. That's how that happened. Of was texting it up in the chat, man. Who trying to go? Throwing it out there. Then you get on the show, man. Y'all ain't said that. Nah, hell no. We ain't doing that again.
Hey, but last year when I was trying to go to games, nobody trying to go.
Yeah, I had no interest going last year.
What games were you trying to go to?
I hit the group chat multiple times last year asking to go to games.
Oh,
Yeah, you got it there. I don't want to go to a baseball game.
I don't
this
remember
season.
them. But I just know it's going to take a little bit more than that. That was my point in the conversation we had in the studio. It's just like booking a trip we can book a trip to Texas right now. If we hit the group chat and we say in 5 months we're going to book a trip to Texas, what is going to happen? Everybody's going to be with it.
It's an RDC skit.
When three,
It really is.
boom, 3 months fast by, 2 people going to have some shit, but then majority, if it's 12 people, 10 people still want to go. You get to 3 weeks before and everybody got the flu, a test, work, jail, anything under the sun to where now it's you and somebody else. So like I said with the White Sox game those years ago, it's gonna take something more in motion than to say you want to go. Or if we're gonna say you want to
I'm
go,
gonna start making up stuff.
people gonna say
It's
yeah.
my birthday. Y'all better come.
If I say you want to go to a Bulls game, and you say yeah, what's the next step?
Buying the tickets.
Buying the tickets.
Putting them. Hey, so this is what they got. Boom, 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 boom. What's up?
The only real consensus we got is birthdays. Because it comes around once a year. You have no choice but to make it. Like, I guess Pierre basically bullied you to come to my daughter's birthday a few weeks ago.
No, I wanted to go. I don't keep track of dates. I'm really bad with dates.
Well, I think he just didn't know until Pierre said it.
Yeah, literally.
But that's like the one time where you can get somebody out. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's somebody's birthday party, you're kind of obligated to be there versus a White Sox game. You're like, well, it's 162 of them motherfuckers. So if I miss this one, it'd be all right. Birthdays is one time a
I'm
year.
always with kicking it with the guys.
Same.
My only thing is I'm not finna waste my time. I don't like gathering and doing all that shit. And a motherfucker think every time something happen, you gotta make the initiative. Now, if it was my thing, if I was steady trying to get everybody to hoop, then I would take that initiative. When we did the fantasy football, I said I will rent the gym as long as everybody give me the day that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody couldn't get on the court of one day, but I would have took the initiative because I'm the one that put it out there. But the whole, y'all want to go bowling? Yeah. Dead air.
Yeah.
You got to do something out there. You the one putting the fish out there. KB always say y'all want to go to the simulator, and he make the initiative of going because that's what he's throwing
Y'all know
out
I
there.
never do no like initiative stuff like that. I did it.
Yeah, because you don't go when people.
But you
make
did it
the
with your
initiative.
fantasy football. You threw
Oh,
the
yeah,
initiative
true.
I did
so you
that,
can have it
yeah.
at your house. That's
Well,
an initiative.
recently, I think I told you about that bowling party I threw.
No,
No, I didn't.
fucking news to me.
You threw a
No.
bowling party?
Not first of all, I told you about the party.
Oh.
Cause I was like, y'all invited too. You was like, y'all for real? I'll show up. And I was just like, nah, you don't got to. It's really with just like my family and Elena's family.
This motherfucker threw a party.
Bro, I
Okay.
told y'all.
I don't
I
remember
promise
this.
I
I'm
told
not
y'all.
saying you didn't. I don't remember.
This was like a week ago.
I would have showed up for.
This was- or no,
So
this
you
was like 2 weeks
told
ago.
us once and expected because that's some type of shit you got to remind people of a bowling party.
or based on what he said, did you even want us to come? Because KB sounded like he was interested, and you said, "Nah, you ain't."
No, I would have went to that. I wouldn't have went to that shit.
But he
I
said
would-
that
no,
he
no.
told you no anyway.
Nah, cause it was like I said, it was more so like a family thing.
Yeah.
But I did it and it felt good because, like I said, this one I told you, basically, Elena's parents was there and they got to talking. or
Right,
whatever.
you did
remember?
tell- you
So
did, you
yeah,
did,
so
you did,
it was
you
a bunch of stuff, but it was just cool to get
I don't
everybody
think you
out.
phrased it as I hosted a bowling party.
No, that was
though.
me. That was all me.
Yeah, I'm just saying when you did tell me about their parents talking.
Yeah, no, I
whatever,
hosted it though.
But you ain't say you hosted.
Nah, I put it all together and it just felt good as a person that drove that.
Yeah.
So
So you gonna start doing that more? Is that what you're saying?
it should be a goal of mine because, like I said, it definitely felt good. And then also, not many people in my family try to really push people to get really together. My mom does, but not many people are like getting together like that.
Now you got to host a family reunion.
Man, that's the
It's
worst
gonna be
thing
like
you could
12
do.
people that be there.
Oh, you got a
I
small
don't even know
family?
if it's gonna be 12.
Okay.
Might be 8.
I could never do that because
I got family that can't be in the same room together.
Oh shit.
It'd be like that for
it'd
sure.
be. I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Yeah,
the,
family
the
is.
older I get, the less I want to be in certain rooms with
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
I kind of came to the conclusion that just because you family don't mean I got to be cool with you. So that immediately stops some
The
shit.
one thing I will say though is I like to try to throw shit together. I'm just too nice with the my mindset be like you. So if I did some shit, I'll be like, even like my birthday. I told y'all, man, like, I'm having some of my mama's. No pressure. That's how I be. But some shit you do got to tell people. Like, we trying to go to a White Sox game. No, it's pressure.
Yeah.
Gun to your back. We try to get. So I don't really have that. Some people is like that. Some people naturally is just like, it's my birthday. Come here. Y'all wearing this. Everybody gonna wear black. I'm gonna wear white. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that in me to be trying to make people feel obligated to do shit.
It's my birthday month, man. We celebrating every single day.
I don't know how many times I done seen that on social media.
All right. Let's shift it. The Athletic put together this thing where they polled 158 NBA players anonymously. So you ain't got to worry about getting exposed for your votes. And I just thought the results were interesting. So of the 158 people that were asked who's the MVP, 155 of them replied. And who do y'all think the winner was?
Jokic.
It was Shea with 56.1%. Jokic had 37.4%. Giannis had about 2%. Donovan Mitchell had about 2%. LeBron had 1%. Kay Cunningham got a vote too, if that matters to y'all.
He must have been a Piston.
It must have been
Malik Beasley.
Somebody like that. Thank you. I might get paid because of what you
Jalen
did. Which team, other than your own, will win the title this season?
Boston Celtics.
57.7% of the vote. And that's a huge difference between number 2, which was 17.5, and OKC.
Okay.
So many people believe
Who's
that it's
after
the
that,
repeat
though?
year.
Cavs.
The Cavs.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
after
with
that
the
is the
Lakers.
Lakers.
Okay,
After that is the
you're right
Lakers.
there.
Also receiving votes, the Bucks. But it said other than your team. So it didn't
Yeah.
like Giannis voted for the Bucks. Somebody else is like that. Them Bucks.
But when they say other than your team and I still write the Bucks, what would they do?
Right, you're supposed to be anonymous.
Yeah.
What do you? Yeah, I don't know. 5 years from now, who will be the face of the league?
Shea.
Wemby.
Wemby.
Or Anthony Edwards.
54% of the
Wemby.
votes went to Wemby. Then Ant-Man at 13%, Shea at 11%, Tatum at 6%, Luka got 2%, Paolo got 2%, K got 2%. Also receiving votes. Y'all ready for this shit? Kevin Durant,
Wow.
he'll be 52. Scotty Barnes,
They be trolling.
okay. Chet Holmgren, fine. Zion Williamson, fine. Modest Buzelis received the vote.
Hey.
Shout out to Dalen Terry.
Right. And Rezaz Shea also got a vote. So shout out to
Okay.
him. Who is the most overrated player in the league?
Tyrese Halliburton.
They voted
I
Tyrese
saw this
Halliburton.
on the timeline. The
Yeah, I
first
wasn't
thing in the
hating. I
morning.
just already seen it. It definitely sounded like I was just hating.
14.4% of the vote, Tyrese Halliburton. A lot of people didn't vote on this one, though. Of
That's
158,
crazy. Yeah, it said 90
only
people.
90 people responded. So Tyrese got it. Rudy Gobert always ends up top 3 on this list. Trae Young ends up top 3. Then you got Jimmy, Bradley Beal, Draymond Green, John Morant, Julius Randle, Joel Embiid. Giannis got 2% of the vote.
No, Giannis is everyone I didn't heard
That's
some
somebody-
type of
That's
criticism
somebody
about.
that got to guard him with that.
But yeah, Giannis is crazy.
Well, Joel Embiid, too.
Yeah.
How the hell is he overrated?
Oh, he was on there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even hear him beat.
The
Probably 'cause
most
he can't stay healthy.
random name on this list, receiving 1 vote, Jacques Lindale.
Somebody got beef with bro.
Or just his best friend. It's one or the other.
True.
Yeah.
I don't really have no answer to this, so let me put my homie. Jacques Lindale.
Let me put myself.
Well, LeBron being on that list is crazy,
troll.
too.
I mean, hey, we're going on year 23. You're going to stay on this list next year, too. Who is the league's most underrated player?
Darrick White.
Derek White's number 2.
Oh, wow.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday's number 5.
Jalen Williams.
He got a couple votes, but
I'm just
not.
looking for number 1.
It's first time All-Star this year.
Tyler Hero.
No.
Kay
did get a vote.
Cunningham.
Kay Cunningham's number 1.
Okay.
What about 9%? So it ain't like that crazy between him and Derek White, who's number 2. Also receiving votes is so many different people. I can't even read it all. Like Nikola Jovic, Davion Mitchell's here, Kobe White is here, Brandon Williams is here, Nikhil Alexander-Walker is here, Bilal
Brandon Williams, I
Koulibaly,
like that type of answer. From
Steph
the NBA
Curry is
players.
here. So still underrated.
Nikola-
That's actually funny to see Steph Curry be there.
Yeah, he
Somebody
might be
must.
What y'all think of Nikola Jovic?
indifferent. No opinion
It's
whatsoever.
actually crazy to see him not playing.
I feel the same way. I mean, he was last year. We kind of seen more of him, but
It felt like, the last year he was starting for a good portion of the
I
season.
think he started
right?
some of this season too.
Yeah, now he's just like him and Jaime have
I think he had an
completely just-
injury, and I haven't really seen him playing since.
Yeah.
Best ran organization in the league.
Celtics.
Okay, Celtics are number 3. OKC's number 2.
Don't tell me they're gonna say Miami Heat.
No, they're number 5 though.
The Lakers.
No. They're number 6.
The best ran organization in the league.
The Spurs.
Spurs are number 7.
The Rockets.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. The Knicks.
No.
The
Clippers?
best ran.
The Clippers are number 4.
Cavs.
They're number 8. Y'all got every team except for number 1.
The Warriors.
The Warriors are number 1.
Okay.
About
that makes
22% of the
sense.
vote for the Warriors being number 1.
Really?
Also receiving
Okay.
votes, the Brooklyn Nets, the Denver Nuggets, the Phoenix Suns got a vote
Ew.
for whatever reason. Worst ran organization in the league.
The Mavericks.
No.
The Wizards.
Hornets.
The Hornets are number 1, the Wizards are number 2, the Pelicans are number 3, and then the Kings are number 4.
So that he just beat up on the bad.
Hey, you be bad for 15 years. It's hard not to pick you as the worst ran. Aside from your own coach, who is the best coach in the league?
Eric Spoelstra.
And
Spoelstra's number 3.
I'm
Or tied
wondering,
for number 2.
Like, can I put Mike Malone? Like, is he on there?
He did get a vote, but he's not number
Okay.
1.
Greg Popovich.
Greg
Well,
Popovich got a couple votes, but he's not number 1.
Ime Udoka.
Ime is not number 1, but he's on the list.
Chris Finch.
You're overthinking the teams. Just won almost 70 games.
Oh, JB Bickerstaff.
No.
No,
they didn't
Mark
win
Dano.
Oh
Mark
my God.
Dayno.
Mark Dayno. My bad.
He said JB.
I don't know why I said
Easily.
JB. I don't know why I said
Easily.
Well,
JB.
Pistons wish they won 60.
Aside from your own coach, who is the worst coach in the league?
Sheesh.
Worse.
I like that they put aside from your own coach. Like, I'm just a player, but like, I fucking hate coach. Let me put his name down. No, you can't. Yep. Brian Keefe is number 1 with about a quarter of the votes. Then Bud was 2. Then Doc Rivers was 3. Charles Lee was 4. But it's like the brother got 82 games under his belt. Relax. You know?
Keith do too?
And he was the interim coach last year.
Okay.
So he got a little bit more. Which players in the league would you least like to fight?
Isaiah
Stewart.
Steven Adams.
He's number 2. Steven Adams is number 3.
James Johnson.
The black belt James Johnson. He got 63% of the vote, and number 2 got 13%. So it's like nobody wants to fight that man. Also getting the vote, Javonte Green, Steph Curry,
Steph Curry.
Goga Batadze.
Different
Why
type of
is
mindset
Steph
with
Curry?
Steph because he's nice. They don't want to fight him.
I thought it was like he's the golden child. You can't touch them.
Babyface assassin. Man.
Y'all think Steven Adams is just strong, or y'all think he can actually throw hands?
Bro,
I feel
he's
like
a
just being
mammoth of a
strong
man.
gives you an advantage whether you
Me
can
too.
throw hands
Because
or
he
not.
could take the punch.
Dude, the other night he just
He's
threw Quentin
tall.
Post on the ground. On
I
the
was gonna
box
say, bro,
out. Straight
like,
up just moved him out of the way to the
You
ground.
throwing a hard punch at Steven Adams probably not doing shit to him.
He's made out of metal.
And like him throwing that shit, he might cave your chest
I don't
in
want
if
to. I
he
don't
hits you
want
hard
to say
enough.
what I don't want to say what I want to say.
In the 3-point revolution age, are analytics good or bad for the game, and why?
They're good for the game. I
I
think they just
feel like they probably said bad.
They said bad.
Ooh.
38% bad. 33% said somewhere in the middle, and 28% said good. So it's not that big of a margin between good and bad, but a lot of people are saying, I ain't really rocking with it. Do you like Adam Silver's idea of changing quarters to 10 minutes?
Hell no.
That was overwhelmingly hell no. About 80% of people said no. 13% of people was like, yeah. A couple more. These ones are less interesting in my opinion. With the league allowing more physicality on the defensive end the last 2 seasons, is there enough balance in today's game, or is it still too slanted towards offense? I'll just tell you, they said it's still too slanted towards offense with 56% of the vote. About 30% said that it was balanced, and most people are like, it's getting better. It's inconsistent, but it is what it is.
I feel like it gets balanced in the playoffs. In the regular season, they kind of it's definitely offensive dominated.
Would you be in favor of a shortened regular season if that meant smaller salaries?
They said
Hell
no.
no.
Of course they said no. I'm gonna make less money. I don't have to play 82 games either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't have to do that. And the very last one, are the NBA's gambling partners good or bad for the league? As y'all can guess,
They put
majority of people said it was bad for the league.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, breaking news. Milwaukee's Damian Lillard will return to action tonight in Game 2 against the Pacers.
Hey,
Don't poke
Shout
the
out to
bell.
Dame Dollar.
tap the Tiso, man.
Don't
Go
poke-
ahead, tap the Tiso, D Mills.
Tap the Tiso, yeah. You know, he like to say as well,
What?
you can't stop my...
Try.
No, because
I
he
know
don't say
he do.
try.
Yeah, he say ha ha.
He just start laughing as the
Yeah.
cards wrap past. So, you know what I'm saying?
You
Shout
know-
out to our brother Damian
It's
Lillard.
basically my coworker, man. We got a Toyota meeting soon, so I'm gonna link up with him.
Okay.
You trying to pull up, D Mills?
No, you can have it.
All right, I got you.
You can have it.
Knowing damn well.
You can have it. Are you talking about baby gravy or?
No, you. Hey, y'all are insane.
I'm
Y'all,
just saying. Whenever you can identify somebody with a back tattoo. I don't know what you mean when you say you can have.
You've had so many legendary moments on this show.
You still be mopping in the game?
That's
Bro,
number one. That's like number one.
I was literally crying, laughing on my way back from the home last podcast because I kept thinking this man. We had the 100% total we needed to hit. Dude spent like $500-600 something. About, yeah, I got them for 40. I got them for 50. The Pistons, I get them about 15%. I'm like, bro, damn.
If they in, they got at least a chance because they there.
That boy in debt.
For real.
$100 to spend. He just.
The last non-playoff oriented news was Landry Fields did get fired a couple days. The day after he gave his post-season interview, which I always find very interesting. And I thought that came out of nowhere.
Me too.
All things considered, he was kind of dealt a bad hand given what he had to try to fix. And I don't feel like they gave him enough time. Not saying he was good or bad. I'm kind of indifferent here. It was just more like because I think he got there in 2022. So he basically got, 2.5, 3 seasons to try to fix some broken shit. And yeah, it didn't really work out.
Yeah, I just don't see how you can give someone 2.5 years expecting them to fix stuff. As a GM, it just takes a lot more time. Unless he didn't do something that they asked him to do. Like maybe he was asked to maybe find a home for Trae Young, and maybe it was something like that. But other than that, I don't see why he would get fired that fast.
Yeah, it was premature to me. NBA teams are moving extremely fast. Hopefully they're able to find something or someone that they can trust. But regardless of whatever the next situation is for this organization, they will have to allow somebody to actually have some time. I think this rushing system, or I just don't. Yeah, I don't understand. And I'm kind of like you, where like I ain't up here saying Landry Fields is the greatest GM I've ever seen. But I also don't think it's hard for me to think he was bad because I don't know what they were expecting. I think that's the disconnect is you look at this and you're like, what were they expecting? Because I think they have a better team than what was showcased.
Yeah.
Knowing Jalen Johnson was also hurt. I think they're in the playoffs right now if Jalen Johnson was healthy.
Yeah, that's a big part of it was, I guess, Jalen Johnson getting injured because it made the Hawks kind of revert back to last year's Hawks, and it just wasn't the same feel. Dyson Daniels is like, he had an amazing year. I think it would have been even more highlighted if they, again, were able to win some more games and just keep that defensive identity the whole season, even going into the play-in or playoffs. But, yeah.
He got y'all Dyson Daniels.
He did.
Who is y'all?
Talking about
no,
did he do the DeJounte Murray trade, or he come in right after that?
He might have done that trade.
Okay.
But even then, like, I know it didn't work out, but it kind of made sense because they wanted somebody else to create next to Trae Young. And they also, like...
For that to not work out, though, you made a good
You
pivot.
recovered pretty well, all things considered.
And he wanted the same defender, I guess, but we knew DeJounte could be a decent defender next to Trae Young,
You
too.
had to try. You tried, it didn't work out, and you were still able to pivot into getting somebody who had a career year with you and Dyson Daniels. So
he took over December of 2022, which means that he did not pull off the DeJounte Murray trade.
So he fixed the DeJounte trade.
So that makes me feel like it wasn't just about what he was doing as a job. It might have been something deeper that we just probably won't be able to see.
I think he also he might have taken over, but he was also still with the team, if that makes sense. So he was working with cahoots with the previous GM.
And then he just got called up once the previous GM was gone.
I believe that's how it went for him.
Okay. So he may have had some foots in the overall trade. But that trade was a miss. Objectively, they gave up multiple first-round picks and so and so. But the recovery from that trade was pretty good because Dyson Daniels, because it's not like DeJounte had crazy trade value, right? I think you got a first back for him and a defensive player of the year candidate in Dyson Daniels. That's pretty damn good. And I think that all things considered, they were going in the right direction. Like y'all mentioned, the Jalen Johnson injury hinders this season a ton. But like even in the playing games, you look over to that bench and be like, damn, 3 of those dudes that's wearing street clothes would be playing right now if they weren't in street clothes. So who knows? I guess Elton Brand is like the lead candidate to take over. So we'll see if Elton Brand could come in and fix some shit.
I like the direction that they're going, though. Like on paper, from what I've seen, this team, you got Trae Young, who we know what he's about and who he is. You're surrounding him with length and size. Zachary Richardson can play off of him and guard multiple positions and play off ball. Dyson Daniels.
This team fully healthy has a chance to be a top 10 offense and top 10 defense.
And you can now comfortably move on from Clint Capella, it looks like, because Double O has shown you he can be a quality starting center for you.
They still need some type of – I mean, whether it's Larry Nance, I guess, as they keep as a back, they need some type of backup.
I mean, they got more game.
That is not a backup center, bro.
Nah, it's not.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
Which is fine because I think you, depending on how the draft goes, because they should have a pick. The Spurs got their pick, if I'm not mistaken, but they should get what the Pelicans pick. I don't know.
No, it was the Kings pick.
So that's
13th,
So they're gonna have the 13th pick,
which is higher than their own pick.
which was 15,
14th.
14. So
But
yeah,
I think that if it moves at all, if for whatever reason the Kings there's that 3.8% chance to jump up to top 4, if it does jump up top 4, then it doesn't convey. But if it stays at 13 in a
which
couple weeks,
it will.
then
The 14 and 13 is usually like I don't even gotta watch that shit.
it's the 12 that you need to look out for.
Is that the one that jumped up to Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost the tiebreaker yesterday to the Mavericks, so the Mavericks got that extra 0.5%. But 12th, that's 1.7%. I'm going to run this tankathon. Yeah, nothing happened. Whatever. All right. Let's talk playoffs, winners and losers. We are 2 games to the playoffs with certain teams, 1 game to the playoffs to others. Where do y'all want to start?
We got to start with the bullshit. Start with the stuff that had y'all like this.
The Memphis Grizzlies. That was just such an embarrassing performance. I've never seen a game 1 just be so lopsided like that. Especially with a team that they have Ja, Jaren, and Desmond Bane on their team, and no one could do anything. Their best player that day was Marvin Bagley.
Shout out to Bag, man.
And like the Oklahoma City Thunder just pretty much just put foot to neck, and Shea didn't even play that good. And it's like, as the Memphis Grizzlies, Udonis hasn't said it right after the game that you don't even watch footage of that game. You kind of just wipe it away. You don't even pay attention to it, and you just go to the next game. And you kind of have to do that because, like, damn, we was so bad. I don't think there's nothing you can really learn from that.
Yeah, first of all, you just got to come out. You got to realize this is the damn playoffs. Like, you can't come out there lackadaisical, especially as no HC, thinking you're going to go against the one like that. Like, they also have to.
I ain't that type of allergic. I would have to consume it.
And it comes down to your best players, too, at that point. Like, Ja, we obviously need what he's going to bring, but, like, Jaren and Desmond Bane got to have some better games, too. Like, they have to be the ones that are being able to put up these numbers because OKC's putting up, like, at least 110 to 130 points a night. Like, from their defense to their offense, like, their offense can take off, but, like, everybody on the Grizzlies is going to have to take a step up for them to even have a chance.
Grizzlies in the regular season were one of the worst teams in the league at giving up points. They were like bottom 20 in the league at giving up. They would give up like 116, 115 points a night. So, like, when you go against OKC, they look at that and they like, oh, bad.
Yeah.
So,
one thing I've kind of noticed during the playoffs, and I can kind of go for the rest of the series too, I know the game doesn't always necessarily like slow down, but the pace has been insane for these playoffs. I feel like it's been a lot of bad. It's felt like regular season pace damn near.
In some games.
I think
it's in some games.
I think that was the outlier because I'm thinking about like Warriors versus Rockets was slow.
Yeah.
Then the second Knicks game specifically was slow.
I felt like that. It slowed down once it got to the end,
Clippers
but I
games
feel like
were
they was up and down in that game.
Which one?
The second Pistons game
Knicks-
in the
Pistons,
first half, that shit felt like it was up, or the first half felt like it was
I
up
think
and
they even
down,
said
up
that
and
on the
down, up and
broadcast.
down.
It was like, man, you could see some of these guys getting winded because the
pace has been up. The Bucks game, I felt like they was flying back and
That one
forth,
for
and
sure,
the
yeah.
Pacers want to play like that. You know, like
I know what pace is, but what I look at that I would consider also a little bit of the pace, like just in the game, not in the way we use it for tracking data over 100%, whatever. It's a non-stoppage, allowing the guys to play. That's what I took from the Rockets and the Warriors game. Even though they ain't gunning, there is no stoppage to be able to catch your breath. So Jimmy Butler's going up in the lane. I'm thinking Jimmy Butler's getting fouled. They like, no. Then Jalen Green come down. Jalen Green put his head down like, shit, I ain't got nothing going for me. Let me try to get to the line. He getting his ass beat. No call. Then they Warriors go back up. They doing their shit. Now you guarding Steph. He's coming off the actions he's coming off of. He shoot, he make, miss. And now you bring that up. The Rockets are really stuck in half court.
The Nuggets and Clippers game was fast paced, and that was just damn near because people was turning the ball.
They
over.
was turning that ball over.
So it's just like there
I'm
is
seeing the
no
ball
slow
in the
down.
air. Like Batum did a free
Oh,
safety
yeah, he
one
did.
on her.
I had some of my like biggest takeaways from the playoffs so far. It's only been a lot of game ones and 2 game twos, but it was the pace feels like it's been a little like it's up tempo a lot, and maybe it is with the less foul calls. It's more physical. And then on the other side, hold on, damn near I forgot, but I got it written down. I got it written down.
I love when you write down and don't write type.
But
You
Oh,
look-
yeah.
You licking them lips.
my bad for the
You
whatever.
okay? Go ahead, get in your bed.
It's the unforced turnovers are driving me crazy. And
Who made you write that in your notes? Like I know it's been happening, but
Clippers,
like
Nuggets,
which was,
I'm
that was the
guessing.
one.
that one was one of the big ones. It's just been in general. It's been in general, and like you see a lot of players, and I understand that like the usage rates are so crazy. And I see Nikola Jokic has 7 turnovers. Sometimes it's like it's gonna happen.
No, for sure. Kawhi and
Jamal
Norman
Murray
Kawhi
had
had
some.
7.
Jamal Murray had some very bad turnovers yesterday, where it's just like this again. This is the playoffs. You can't be trying to throw no entry lob pass and with 2-3 people right there, and it's just like you're just creating chances for the other team. It's a make or miss league, and you're not even getting your misses up.
Game 1 of the Clippers Nuggets, Kawhi had 7, Powell had 4. It had 11 of the 20, but just between just those two. I feel you on that. That was one of my biggest things with the Knicks game last night.
Dribbling off your
Is,
legs.
Yeah, you have Brunson doing that. I also felt like Josh Hart is too intelligent of a player to give people the ball in some of the positions he was giving or trying to give them to. There was also a play where Mitchell Robinson tried to hit somebody, and I'm like, come on, bro. That's not what the fuck you do. When you get the ball up there, you hold that motherfucker, and somebody's gonna come off of you, and you're gonna hand it off. But you ain't Jokic and Sengun all of a sudden in the playoffs. You do that shit in 82 games.
Yeah.
You wanted to do that, you should have been more healthy.
I
You
feel
could have
like
got
that
your
about
bag
Paul
off.
Reed. I was hot when
But he don't play that much.
Yeah,
So
that's also why I was also hot because I'm like, it's such a we already out talented. We gotta kind of when you're the underdog, you have to limit your mistakes. And some of them passes, I was just like, bro. It's so much more value when you just holding it
I
versus
agree.
trying to throw it full court and you
agree.
overthrow.
He made up for him, though.
Bro.
He was
Yeah,
getting some of them. It ain't.
Wait,
it ain't
which one
selling
are you
if get
talking
it back.
about? Which one
'Cause
you
he
talking
had
about?
2, yeah.
It was one where he forced Jalen Brunson to turn the ball over. I'm like, that's
Oh, yeah.
exactly what you want to do.
Then he threw it
Then
out,
he threw
and
it
Mikal Bridges got it.
Yeah, and then he also had another one where he tried to throw a bounce pass, thread the needle.
That was the one that pissed me off. I think you hit the group chat on the first one, then I hit the group chat on the second one. It's like, yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, that's a transition. Just you better off just.
Wait, you talking about the McHale bounce pass? There was one turnover where, and this is like
no, I'm
just
talking about Paul
look.
Reed made a bounce pass.
No, oh, okay. I wasn't talking about that one. There was another bounce pass that's like a full court where I think McHale
Yes,
got it,
and
and
it
he
went-
tried to bounce pass it
it
to
went past
Jalen
Jalen
Brunson
Brunson
and
out
just
of
went
bounds.
past.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
just either take the extra dribble or just bring it up, bro.
Those
just
are the
bring it up.
things that, like, when you see the fans on the timeline, the first thing they're going to try to talk about is free throws and all of that things. And it was lopsided.
To me, the
and everything.
turnovers are insane.
But those are the things that I keep trying to tell people. Regardless of the team you're rooting for, stop being bitchy about free throw discrepancies. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You would love for it to be even and the same.
That's
It's-
just never the way basketball is.
And no coach or team really goes up there and put the full emphasis on that. Now, Tom Thibodeau said, hey,
He did talk about it a little bit.
if
for
you're
sure.
going to, I have no problem with it. I just wanted to be called the same way. If we're going to call him, then whatever is for Cade, it should be for Brunson. If we're not going to call it, then don't call it, which I think is
Well,
fair.
I don't think there was a discrepancy with Jalen Brunson and Cade because Cade took 12, Jalen Brunson took 11.
Yeah, but that ain't how you gauge. That's just the total. But he's talking about, because if I'm driving in the first half and they not in the bonus and I feel like I'm getting bumped in the foul, I'm not getting free throws for that, but that's still a foul.
Well, I also think the huge discrepancy was that Karl-Anthony Towns offensively just wasn't on shit. So, like, he also has to be more aggressive. He's also y'all second best
I
offensive
hate
weapon.
where they're putting him to like
At the
position
top,
him.
yeah.
I just even when he's down low, sometimes like, hey, yes, it's Tobias Harris guarding me, so you think that you should get that ball. But if they're sending that late help, he didn't score at all in the second
Yeah,
half.
he
No.
didn't.
And I think that the Knicks have too many talented offensive players for it to be so fucking stagnant down the stretch.
Yeah.
And like I understand that Jalen Brunson is that guy.
Yeah.
But they also got a couple other dudes that are that guy. And I thought in game one thing that Karl-Anthony Towns was great at, or they put him in position where he could just get a lot of shots up, whether it be in the paint. I think he attempted 3 threes in the first one, 2 threes in the second one. This game, he just kind of existed.
Yeah.
And Cat is too good of a player offensively to exist for a full half. And that's some Cat and that's some Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, no, Jalen Brunson acknowledged that too, took the responsibility of getting guys going. But I agree. I think some of it, guys got to be ready to play. Because what ends up happening is a game like last night, the Pistons come out so strong. And like Brunson and everybody else was saying, you're fighting from behind. The entire game, you're fighting from behind. And if you are a guy like Brunson, you looking around, ain't nobody doing shit. I ain't finna let the league keep going because we get down here, we can't stop Cade Cunningham. So at a certain point, but I think the thing that's kind of throwing him off a little bit too, and he's always an X factor, but he's really an X factor right now because of the outside shooting. Jalen Duren guarding Josh Hart. That's really throwing them in the loop because it changes everything for Brunson's drives, for Towns' drives. And yeah, even his cutting and we got to figure that out.
I think it's showing up then when you see it. Josh Hart isn't getting a crazy amount of offensive boards either, so is able to keep him off the offensive glass, which we know is like one of his bread and butters and where he.
They keeping us off the glass in general.
Yeah.
They out rebounded us by plus 14.
And you felt it last night for sure.
Yeah, you definitely felt it.
That was one of my questions I was going to ask y'all. What drives you more crazy? Is the unforced turnovers or is it just giving up all? It's been a lot of offensive rebounds and teams like trying to beat each other up on the glass.
I think that
Unforced turnovers for me.
I think it might be offensive rebound.
Offensive rebounders drive me crazy sometimes.
Especially if it's in certain matchups like the Warriors win, there's nothing they can do about that one. They're just outsized, right? It's Steven Adams who's one of the greatest offensive rebounders, and they still won that game.
Unforced turnovers, I don't know how. The Nuggets had 20 turnovers last night, and they lost because of it. The first game, the Clippers had 20 turnovers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the time we beat the Pistons, I really believe a lot of that was because they turned the ball over. When we went on that 21-0
Take care of the ball might just be able to get you some of these wins.
Campaign played phenomenal in that game 1-2 off the bench in that fourth quarter.
And in this one, he played and just came in and just started hitting people. and basically couldn't play no more.
3 fouls like that. And they almost got one OG. But you'd be a fool to rely on campaign to be that for a full series.
Yeah, so it's a luxury for him to do anything.
That was cool to game 1. I wasn't looking for that again in game 2.
Found money for sure.
I'm looking for us to not turn that ball over, and I'm looking for Karl-Anthony Towns to be 10 times more aggressive. 10 points and 10 shots ain't enough. So.
First game, you could definitely tell the big wings was affecting Cade Cunningham a little bit in that first game. OG was being real physical. Josh Hart, they was definitely bothering him in that first game. In the second game, he looked a whole lot more comfortable, and he definitely was the one setting the tone and forcing the issue.
He was getting around that corner a lot easier in game 2.
He was one of my winners for this playoff so far. Game 1, you could tell like first game struggle, especially in the playoffs, but there's no way he bounced back so perfectly in that game 2 again for his first playoffs. He was able to handle all the pressure. I felt like he was getting to his spots. He was getting like 5-10 foot just easy jumpers, and he was raising up. And
I wish we had what they have.
Like what?
Because Cade is 6'6", because he can be turnover prone at times, because nobody else is really handling the ball that much. I mean, you do have DS 17,
who's playing really good.
Made that big ass shot. They don't win that game without him.
Yeah.
I wish we had a Dennis. The reason I wish we had a Dennis is because.
Hey, he is a winner, bro. I've been thinking about Dennis because I don't think just gauging him like as a player is really kind of like interesting because he might not be like a always best time. Like he's a starting legit point guard. He's an amazing 6-man, but he's one of those dudes that can be like 6-man or a starter that can get you like somewhere.
That's why he's such a good 6-man. Though.
That's why
because he could be a starting caliber. He's
he really can be
starting caliber player. And you got him off the bench, it turns into a luxury. But you see how he guards Brunson? That 94 feet, pushing. When you have a tall guard like that or a tall player who's handling the ball so much, when you have somebody that's that much smaller and quick, and we don't do that. Like I don't see Miles McBride like pressuring him. They want OG and Mikal, which I get because he would abuse Miles McBride once he get past half court. But I just wish we had somebody that could kind of try to speed him up a little bit or get under him or put more pressure bringing the ball up. Cade is too comfortable bringing the ball up. He's just like coming right up and getting right into his shit.
It's like he just adjusted from that game 1. He's like, okay, bet.
I love the fact that he's able to do what he's doing from his spots too. You know, you got all these, they talk, even the athletic shit, the analytics and whatnot. Cade Cunningham is killing you from the mid-range. He's killing you from the mid-range. Getting to the spots where he's best at, and he's making it work from there.
He's also hitting timely threes too. Like,
I want to say something too. Let's address this because I hate these conversations, but I think it's important to have and also to put context into it. I've been seeing a lot of people, I don't know if they just started watching the Knicks or they just found out who Jalen Brunson is, but a lot of people talking about this Jalen Brunson and fouls and how he playing and whatnot. Everybody is valid in their opinion and how they want to watch basketball and consume it. That's the beautiful thing about the game. We have so many different teams, players, and styles. But I think a big context is missing. The last time we had a foul baiting conversation, do you remember the player it was surrounded with?
James Harden.
Shea.
But James Harden's a great answer too. So what I want people to understand, and I'm not saying this as a Knicks fan because I'm one of the most non-biased fans of the game that you're going to hear speak, which is why I removed the #1 Knicks fan moniker from my name because I just felt like I'm not biased enough to be the #1 Knicks fan. I used to say that years ago, but I'm not. When you are a small guard, Jalen Brunson, Trae Young, old CP3, who was the #1 option for your team, you have a responsibility of being an engine at a small frame. And you met Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
Your reaction to meeting Jalen Brunson was?
He's like 2 inches taller than me.
So his listed height may not be
Exactly.
1,000% authentic. So what I need people to understand is when you're Jalen Brunson, Trae Young, Chris Paul, and you're not as tall, like even compared to Steph Curry, they're smaller. You know, on TV it looks all the same, but on the game it's different. When he is getting bumped and he is selling a call or what are they foul baiting, whatever phrase y'all like to use, he's actually a small guy. So when he is getting bumped, it does play a point in him. My point is, if LeBron has to sell calls, if Jokic has to quote-unquote flop, if Embiid is flopping, if Shea is foul baiting and flopping, if Harden in his prime was foul baiting and flopping, what the fuck do you think a 5'11" point guard who is matched up against a 6'7" athletic freak is going to do?
You know what? It's not even – I don't mind it. I think what took it over the top for me, because even I hit the group chat like saying like Jalen Brunson was starting to piss me off. It wasn't him doing it. It was the oversell.
Yeah.
Because I think that at one point they recognized that that whether it be the whistle itself or the free throw disparity or whatever, that he was trying to make sure that things tried to balance it out. Where like you got a few plays where he was bumped by Asar Thompson, who's stronger than him, taller than him, bigger than him, and it's just a full-on throw of the hands to try to get the call. And he did get the call, so it worked in that instance. But it's not even just doing that. It's the way he looks and talks to the refs at the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what really bothered me. I don't give a fuck whether Jalen Brunson draws a foul or tries to draw a foul, but it did get to me, who usually don't really care, yesterday a little bit.
I felt them on yesterday that the frustration from the Knicks versus the Pistons, you knew it was gonna happen. It got a little ridiculous in their perspective. Me as a fan, I'm not gonna stress myself out about it because I just watch basketball too much and I saw other things that the Knicks could have been doing. But again, when you have a team and their whole emphasis to stopping you and their whole advantage is that you're small, so they're gonna be physical, they're gonna bump you, they're gonna grab you, they're gonna hold you. That's what the Rockets was doing to Steph. When that's their whole game plan, you gotta find some type of advantage back. And his advantage back is, I know if Asar Thompson get 2 fouls, he can't do this.
Yeah.
He cannot do this.
Hey, he got Asar Thompson. Like
He can't do this.
Asar can't do shit.
The only ones that I felt that people could, that I could be like, I could see that, was when Tobias Harris jumped on it. And when he jumped and then I go with my shot. That's the one where I could be like, if you have a problem with that, that's just that. Because a lot of people have that with basketball.
Like the next possession, he tried to take the same shot and he fell down and he just didn't get the call.
Yeah.
So
but like when you having a team identity and their game plan is to say, I'm small, I got to use my where as an offensive player do I get my advantage at?
Yeah.
Because I don't have a 40-inch vertical. I'm not the fastest I'm not Tyrese Maxey. So I'm supposed to get my 30 points in a half-court offense by just shooting. My little ass is supposed to just shoot over all 6'8" people.
Yeah, it pisses me off seeing people fall for that pump fake because I'm like, he has the reputation of wanting to draw fouls. You doing nothing but playing right into his hand by falling for that.
But that shit, it's so much harder. It's
so much harder,
Yeah,
That's
it's easier said than done to actually
Tobias
do it.
Harris, but I promise you, I was laughing. I was crying laughing. I'm like, boy, his ass finna have these people on his timeline going nuts.
I think Brunson's like one of the famous examples of like, remember back in the day, people used to ask like, could you even win a championship if your best player is a small guard? Eventually, Steph Curry shut all that up. They became a fucking dynasty. But you got Steph Curry as an outlier. You have like Zeke, Isaiah Thomas as an outlier. But that's kind of it. You got some finals appearances from you got in the finals from Allen Iverson, so on and so forth. But for the most part, having that smaller guard is definitely good enough to make small NBA appearances. Definitely good enough to go on a deep playoff run. Where you talk about winning a championship, it can be at times too taxing. You saw Jalen Brunson last year have, his mostly phenomenal series. And it took a wear and tear on his body to the point where he was eventually out, right? So I think it all ends up just coming back to being like, man, how far can you go with a small guard?
It also
as your
depends
number
on your
one?
personnel. I think Steph Curry had the luxury of having a big shooting guard next to him.
And
Klay
big
Thompson.
small forward.
Yeah, big.
I also think,
and
again,
DPOY and Draymond.
Steph Curry is a small guard. These are the smallest guards. They're
Yeah.
smaller than him.
And also, Steph Curry's a better defender than those guys.
But you know what though?
He's
For
bigger.
Jalen Brunson is like, I don't know, he's probably 5'10", 5'11".
Probably
but like,
5'11".
Him and Trae
But-
Young are really small.
Trae
compared
Young
to
is fun, but
Steph
Jalen
Curry.
Brunson is built though,
Yeah,
and
he
that's why he
is.
could take a lot of that contact. And honestly, and this is from watching the Rockets Warriors game, because Jimmy Butler, I don't think it's just underappreciated and undervalued how much it is to actually get to the line now. Like people looking at foul baiting are taking away the advantages of what it actually means. So when you get to the line, like a lot of times people look at box scores and one of the first things they look at, free throws. Who got to the line? Who hit the free throws? Who took advantage of that? Jimmy Butler was literally, anytime he's in transition in my head, I'm like, he's getting to the line.
And I think
He's
one-
getting to the line.
Jimmy Butler be just going.
He
strong
literally,
as hell.
there's people that literally live at the line. And it's just like, why wouldn't you do that if it, for one, gives me a breather, gives my team a breather, we can
That's
talk,
the
we
big
can do
one, Mike.
everything we need
The
to
free,
do.
it's easy points.
It's
though.
Because
easy
we just
points.
talked about how a lot of these games are no stoppage to play. That stoppage to play really is
Man,
at the
you
foul
get
line.
somebody, there's so many advantages.
I guess
but
it also,
especially on the road.
Yeah.
The Warriors on the road.
I also think people look at it as like it's a little different. I don't think Jimmy foul baits. I
He
think
don't really foul bait.
Jimmy kind of like he like legitimately just goes.
I-
up.
Jimmy- Jimmy is like, you
Jimmy
can't
mid
show-
range and pump fake.
I
and
guess
do
it
the
really
same
depends
shit.
on what you
Yeah.
deem to be foul baiting. Because Jimmy would let you get your hand in the cookie jar, then go up. You can see that as baiting the foul because
Yeah.
that's not in a lot of cases a normal motion, a normal shot he will make, but he know he got you beat, so it's
Yeah.
gonna lead to a free
I
throw.
think it depends on the people who watching and who their team is. Everybody's going to say foul baiting, but like Mike said, that it's a reason why the conversation has came up with some. DeMar DeRozan will get to the mid range and pump fake 15 times.
He will. Dwayne Wade did the same thing.
But we never
Kobe
put
did the
those
same
tags.
thing.
We never put those tags on them because everybody's a fan.
James Harden did
of
that shit
Kobe.
yesterday where he was driving to the rim and he literally, like, he swings his arm.
Yes.
And he gets the and one. It's just like, he's done that shit so many times. It's an actual skill.
And
to this
in game
point.
one, there were times where James Harden tried to play for that, and then
And
he
they
wasn't getting the
didn't
call.
get it.
And it's like
That's the
at that point,
downside
it's
of
like,
it.
yeah.
That's the downside of
It
it.
is.
You do
Yeah.
it, and you now gonna get the call, and you sometimes you're gonna look like a
Would
fool.
you rather
I saw
have-
Jokic yesterday in the third quarter walk up the court and do that against Ben
Oh,
Simmons.
yeah,
and
I've
they call
definitely
foul.
seen it. Yeah.
He also
Yep.
got that one with
And you know what
who
they did?
elbowed him.
Bro,
James
no.
Harden. Was James
it James
Harden
Harden?
went like this?
Yeah.
No, he had one play. I think it was Norman Powell kind of give him a little push in the back. Jokic fell all the way
down,
forward. I'm
yeah.
like, bro, he was about 300 pounds falling
On
like
the
that.
Harden one, when they did in the slow mo, you saw Ben Simmons on the bench.
Yeah,
like,
Ben Simmons like this. Because Jokic was big. And then Tyloo just called timeout, so they don't even call
Yeah,
foul.
yeah.
He just decided to call timeout.
Because I thought they did call foul.
Yeah, I
It just
did.
stopped.
I thought so, too.
It just stopped. Yeah.
But shout out to Tyloo for just saying, hey, I'm not even going to give y'all a chance. I'm going to just call timeout.
Everybody who takes on that assignment of being those number one options, they're going to do it, and you're going to be coached to do it. So
Yeah.
I hate the conversation because it's basically like who you root for. If Jalen Brunson played for the Pistons fans wouldn't be saying the shit that they say.
You don't even got to say. Would you rather have your player get the 12 free throws or be one of the rather have him shoot like 4?
Now,
again?
I am going to say this. I understand it. It's a part of the game, so I take it for what it is. The only time I do have a problem with it sometimes is like the Jalen Brunson pump fake and you go into the three because then it's a bang bang.
Joel Embiid does a lot of bad. Like,
Embiid
is probably the
and
worst at
Jokic,
really trying to like.
They
get
the
it.
ones because they are actually 7-foot Goliaths. So I be like, bro, we talking about a 6'5", 5'11" guard and Trae Young and Brunson or CP3. But when you 7 foot doing that shit, it do look a little crazy.
I think it's man, which referee
But I
was it?
understand it because when Embiid was playing, and this is years ago, but when he would take out them defensive monsters,
He'd like wave at him.
it's the game plan.
Yeah.
Hassan Whiteside, you so aggressive, watch this. Let me take your aggression and play it against you. So now you get your first foul, now I got you in mind.
I think it's also-
Drummond, you want to get out 2 foul.
I
Bye.
think it's also like you're literally at my mercy when I can do that type of
Yes,
stuff.
when you
I
get
was
that
thinking-
first one,
I think that
Asar
Jokic
was
was
like-
doing a good job of it yesterday. So like as soon as the game started, I think his first maybe like few attempts, 2 of them I think were like threes.
Yeah, first two.
And the one of them he smacked it like confidently. And for the rest of the game, every time he even pumped
They had
fake,
to play for the three.
They had to play
Yeah.
for it, and it just gave him that time.
besides the last one of the game.
And then like once you're Once I'm past you and you're on my hip, you're at my mercy at that point.
But
like you literally can't.
You
really
at my
do
mercy
much.
with that, but now add a foul. Now you're really at my mercy.
I'm trying to remember which one of the retired referees. I don't think it was Crawford. Did a podcast interview and they asked him like, who is the toughest person to like referee for? And of course he said Shaq. But he also said there are players like Shaq, and I'm going to add Jokic and Joel Embiid in here, that they're objectively getting fouled on every play. But you have to pick and choose what's enough to blow the whistle.
Yeah.
And that's how we get to the point where Jokic is flailing or Joel Embiid is flailing. Because at the end of the day, same thing with Bron. Yep. He's getting his ass hit every time. He's getting hit every single time.
They have to sell it.
They have to sell it in order to.
If it don't bother me, they won't call
They
it.
said the same thing about Derrick Rose.
I'm just too strong. I'm too strong.
That Hawks series, they said Derrick Rose didn't look like he was getting fouled because he wasn't. It didn't make him do anything.
They didn't knock him off his spot.
Yeah, he was still going up, and he went.
That's actually so crazy.
He was going,
as
so
a
it's
guard,
like-
he was that strong.
Yeah.
That fouls didn't bother him.
So I used to say that to people who used to like not publicly, but like friends and stuff. Like, man, LeBron a crybaby. You know, I'm like, he has to do it because if he does, I would reference the Derrick Rose one.
But
When you're
wasn't
not
it-
bothered by it, they're gonna be like, oh, it ain't a
Kyle
foul.
Korver came out and said, like,
Unfortunately.
I didn't realize how much he actually gets fouled until I was his
on
teammate.
his team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Because you're playing against him, you definitely like,
Yeah, you're like, there ain't no call.
yeah.
I just slapped him on the back of the head, man, but ain't no blood, no foul.
We're doing, not to spoil anything, we're doing an interview tomorrow. One of the questions I want to ask was about this shit.
Oh.
Because
Man,
we need this
bro.
outlaw.
Man.
We need this outlaw.
I love when the coaches stand
Asar
stand up
Thompson
at-
did it, and then he said, please, please, please.
Bro, I think Jokic was about to do one. He started doing
And
it,
he stopped.
he
Yeah.
looked up and
He
just
says,
said, nah, it's not even worth it.
Yeah. It'd be funny when, like, you see someone do it and the head coach is looking at the coaching staff and they're like, nah, he actually did it.
I don't.
JB ain't even looking
Oh,
at the
what game was it? I don't think they had, like, maybe they didn't have their challenge anymore or they just didn't want to use
Didn't the
it.
Clippers use theirs in like a critical time?
I can't remember the game, but it was one where
Yes,
it's
in
like,
game
Yeah,
one,
they
'cause
did.
it was off Jamal Murray, but they said it was off the Clippers, but they didn't have any more. That's when he got trapped in like
yes,
a half court kinda.
And also, Jokic, when he was with Mike Malone, at least, when he thought it was a questionable call, he would pretend to be tying his shoe. And then they'd get them down and look at the replay, and then Mike Malone could really make his decision.
The good old Jason Kidd bumped me. Missed those. This series, if we just sticking on Knicks versus Pistons, how many minutes have we seen? How many minutes in the game?
48.
48 times 2 is, who's my mathematician up here?
96.
Cool.
Of the 96 minutes, I feel like the Pistons have been the better team for
Yeah.
88 of them.
Yeah, they have. It was that fourth quarter in the first game that really
The
sold
21-0 run.
Yeah.
And then also in this one, there was like a 5-minute stretch where they couldn't score, and the Knicks were starting
They
to
did a
turn it
good
up.
job of responding to the Knicks' runs in this game.
They did.
They
They
seemed a
weren't
lot
letting
more
that happen.
prepared and a lot more poised.
They do get
'cause-
those times where you can tell, like, this is a young ass team. The
Yes.
shot clock violations and them not getting a great look down the stretch while the Knicks on the 8-0 run. But then you do get the Dennis Schroeder shot, and it's like, okay, we're fine.
But one
We're
thing I
fine.
feel like they are
God
like
bless.
consistently doing and relying on is their defense. And I think
You sick over there? Them allergies.
because
He
like
got defensive. He might be sick.
That sounds sick to me.
as
don't it?
hell. I'm cooked.
because your defense
Cover
can
that
help
mouth
make
when
up
you
some of those
sneezing, man.
offensive mistakes that you are still learning from. Because defense isn't really like you can naturally just be a good defensive team at a young age. We saw the Houston Rockets do it. We seeing them do it. So you can rely on your defense. That could do you. That could make up some of those mistakes.
Yeah, I like the way the Pistons are playing. I really thought that this game was going to be game one. When I was sitting there watching and Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley go 9 of 20 from 3, I'm like, oh, shit.
And that first half from Toby, man. That
Yes,
was- it was
22
yeah.
points.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, brother, it's going to be then we won that game, and I was hoping that game wouldn't come until we hit Detroit, but it ended up being last night, which is the one I really wanted to win because I think Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. combined 1 of 14
Yeah, Malik Beasley
from
did
3.
not have a really good
And he
game.
had some really good looks.
Yeah, he
I
did.
really like Malik Beasley on the Pistons. This is my favorite Malik Beasley.
Same.
He was
Probably
over there
his favorite
saying,
version, too.
playoff
Yeah, right.
basketball. It's playoff basketball. It's playoff basketball. I like when people play into the villain. Obviously, I'm a Knicks fan. I ain't rocking with him right now, but I definitely like his swagger with the Pistons. But yeah, they've been playing good. That's what encourages me as a Knicks fan. We got a lot of things we need to clean up, and we're gonna clean up. But I don't think we played our best basketball yet. We go to Detroit.
I thought y'all would have the advantage too once they said Isaiah Stewart was out. I was like, okay, where are they gonna get that type of production from?
Yeah. Yeah, you would. Yeah,
But Paul Reed was actually okay.
He was fine. He had the turnovers, but he was fine.
moved.
Yeah.
Those 2 turnovers was bad, but I was like,
He
other
moved
than that,
really
he did
well
really
defensively
good.
for that. And he had some good finishes. So yeah, something. It looked like a little thing in our favor, but blessing in disguise for Detroit sometimes. So, but one thing that the Knicks have to understand, though the Pistons are young, and that could be a detriment, that's also the leverage that they have as upside because they don't have anything to lose.
They playing with house money.
And
they also not scared of y'all.
They got the
learning
young
on the
legs
fly.
going.
Nobody should be scared of anybody, really. I don't see why you would be scared of the Knicks.
Yeah, but it's also for a young team to go in the Garden, win on the road.
Timothy Chalamet is there. I'd be nervous.
That's just not something you would expect from a young team to be able to do. And they went out and they did that shit.
I'm too familiar with Cade Cunningham. I ain't never seen Cade be overwhelmed.
I think his defense is showing a lot in these playoffs too. Like he's a pretty decent defender for somebody that's being so taxed on the offensive end.
Yeah,
I think he just has the size. I think the size makes up for a lot.
Because he's been guarding
6'7".
OG, and he's like, okay, he's actually getting decent contested.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the same height as OG.
Yeah.
So you better be able to be decent.
It's been a fun series.
We got to be tougher. That's point blank. Period. We got to be tougher, man.
That's why I love Dennis Schroeder in this series.
Me too.
I just think his ability to just
Even just him
be
taking that
aggressive.
shot.
Yeah, I think he just gives them a whole different look, man.
Yeah, I like the Pistons, man.
It also just that's why I wanted when he initially got traded. I was like, oh, the Pistons, that's the guy. Like he could come off the bench for them and give them and relieve some of that pressure off of K as being a primary ball handler. It took a few stops, but then he eventually got there.
What's wrong with Jaden Ivey?
He's hurt. I mean, I don't know why he's.
I said what's going to happen. I know what's happening.
I mean, he's gonna come back. He's gonna start the 2.
Yeah, I feel like they got.
I don't know.
I think they still got to get him some.
I like the way that this team is.
Yeah.
And I know you never want to jump off the ledge. The Knicks can win the next 3, and it could be a 5-game series, and they got to go back to the drawing board. But when you look at getting better and improving, he's not here.
I think it's a trade chip.
That's what I'm saying.
He could be.
And
I think you got to explore all avenues. I don't think he's untouchable. He's definitely not that good to where you like he's untouchable. But if he comes into next season, I could see a world where he might start off coming off the bench, but he might work his way back into being a starter if he's still on the roster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go to, I know we referenced it at least a little bit in the last conversation, Clippers versus Nuggets.
This has been cinema.
I got a loser in this series.
Who's that?
Bogdanovich. He just ain't done nothing.
He hasn't. Has he scored yet?
I don't think so. And I think the Clippers would be they was already able to pull out a game, but if he was able to just provide his average
his ass be looking
10
crazy,
points, give him a couple threes, I
That's
think
something, right?
Even some playmaking that he can provide to it. I think the Clippers would look a lot deadlier if he was playing on his A game.
Yeah,
he's a guy that you have to anticipate for the next 2 games because
it's always that
World players play better at home.
Oh yeah, that's D-Mill's favorite quote.
Ain't heard in a little minute. I think that's a playoff reference.
Yeah.
You can't really say that.
Exactly.
But no, this series has been, I think, the best of all of them. Now, it does have the luxury of having 2 games, while some of the teams only have 1.
Even they won game.
Yeah, first game, overtime.
This was my number 1. On Tee It Up, Christian had me rank all of the playoff series as we headed into them. And this is I know a lot of people like that Knicks Pistons.
This is the must-watch one.
This is my one right here.
This is my one, too.
I think it had the biggest variance. I could see both teams winning in 5. I could see both teams winning in 7. I think that was the best part about it. And we're kind of seeing that, right? Where in game number 1, we get the big Russell Westbrook moments, positive and negative, but ultimately ended on the positively. So that's all that matters.
He's been a winner. He's been a winner for me.
Yeah, I was about to say he was one of my winners.
Man, talk about the biggest winners.
He has some big shots.
The biggest winners and biggest losers.
The biggest winner
Leonard.
was Kawhi Leonard.
People hear us talk about this.
Kawhi,
they want us
sure.
to talk about
He
Kawhi
might be the
Leonard.
biggest what if, just injury wise, man.
Kawhi Leonard was so damn
When
good.
he's healthy, he might be
Paul
one of
George have a ring right now and got a
he
different
might be one of
reputation.
the biggest ceiling risers when he's healthy. You just haven't been able to see it often in the last few years.
I thought in game 1 he wasn't good. But game 2, he was the perfect player.
Well, yeah, game 1, he had 21 or something, and he also had 7 turnovers. So, yeah, it wasn't a great game. But James Harden had a great game in game 1. And I thought in this game he did a good job of also picking and choosing when to score and when to play make. I thought Norman Powell cutting across the middle of the lane sometimes when Kawhi would get doubled was phenomenal. And Kawhi always found him. And he always got him right there. And Norman Powell come up there, nice little floater. And
I had to fight Kawhi Leonard.
Wow.
Because Aaron Gordon was not playing bad defense.
He wasn't. He was not.
I don't know how Kawhi was making those shots.
I mean, he was hitting. They had the one shot at the half. That's just like, how do you?
Yeah,
even,
that shot. Oh,
How-
that
like,
was nasty, bro.
That's the shit that you just say,
He
man.
had
Coach,
two
I don't know what to
defenders
do.
on him. He just.
You want me to foul him
next?
next time, Coach? Do I just foul him?
He probably still would have made it the way he was shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hitting like the craziest jumpers, and again, it's like once you start hitting, defense is really at your mercy because now they have to come out. Now they have to
it's
contest.
another guy that operates where?
In the mid range. The mid range, bro. The mid range gets your 3 point. The mid range gets your 3 going.
He had hit Aaron Gordon with a nasty hezzy in transition.
I
late
love
in
when
this
he be
game.
trying to get in his bag,
Bro,
Be-
it's the
be-
best. It's
be-
so
be-
stiff.
It's
It's a
so
stiff
stiff.
bag.
The
man.
offense was going so good. He hit Aaron Gordon with a and
He
then
don't even be
stepped
needing
back
to do
3, and I
all
was
that.
like, oh.
He don't even be needing to do all
Hey.
that. Just get to your spot and rise up. It's probably going.
Now,
in.
those are my favorites when he just being patient.
It don't
he
matter
get
if you
deep
there
in
or
don't
not.
matter.
deep
Yes.
in there,
This
he
is the
just
look I
rise
want.
over, and it's like Aaron Gordon is strong. He contested it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are they cheating?
Yeah.
That's when the Magnus should be like, damn.
I will say
He had some that roll in and shit. I'm like, damn.
in game 1 for me, a loser was MPJ, but he significantly played a lot better in game 2.
He might be a loser because we don't know anything about that shoulder.
True.
He tried to get back into the game, but they said no.
What happened on the last play? Did he lose control? Did he get tipped from Chris Dunn?
What you talking about?
When he had the ball, he turned
Oh
it
yeah,
over.
when that turnover.
Yeah.
It got. I think he tried to pass it or something, but Chris Dunn took it from him, and
yeah,
ended
but
up
when he
losing.
passed it, did he get flipped or did he just like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I couldn't really, I watched it back several times, I couldn't tell. So Aaron Gordon make that dunk and they win?
Kind of.
Attention.
Aaron Gordon. It was.
Bro, his face after he missed was so
He
crazy.
It was
missed
the
dunk.
time- it was
Asar
a-
Thompson missed the
yeah.
dunk.
It was the time crunch thing. He only had like 2 seconds, and I think he just rushed it, and so
It's just crazy because this is a dude who literally took a seat in midair and
yeah,
dunked
it
before.
is.
What a moment. Like, if they end up losing this series, that moment is going to be replayed a lot.
Yeah,
Because, honestly, if he makes that dunk, they probably win the game.
yeah.
Crazy.
Oh,
Swing the whole series. One
Another
play.
winner I got is Jamal Murray. He's been turned up in his playoffs, man.
I love
like, he's been giving them what
Even with
we
the
expected
sickness,
them.
Swag,
hooping.
swag fucked, but he gonna make plays.
Rocking
Big
the
ass
Marcel.
Big ass shirt, it's all loose and shit. Big ass
Can y'all
leg
explain that to me?
sleeve.
Because on the broadcast, they were saying like, he is under the weather, so that's why. Why would the shirt matter if he's under the
Maybe
weather?
help
Is
us
it
sweat it
staying
out.
warm?
Yeah,
Is he
something
trying to
like
sweat
that.
it out? I don't know.
I don't know, but I thought it would be
If you
something
sick,
like
your
he-
body get cold and you want to stay warm for the
Okay.
game, right?
I guess so.
When
That's
I'm
probably
sick, I
like
wanna
not
be
even a
under the-
reason at all.
Right, yeah. And they had a big ass NBA logo on the sleeve of the
Yeah.
shirt. I'm like, boy,
There's,
get a haircut.
there's a lot of cool things in this game, though.
Jamal Murray be hooping, bro.
He definitely do.
I
Man.
thought in game 1, Norman Powell didn't exist.
Yeah, he
And then
did.
early in this game, he existed too much, and eventually it balanced itself out. He had a big
You said he
shot.
picked his ass up. Ain't that what you tweeted?
Yeah, Jamal
did
Murray
pick
did
his
pick his
ass
ass up. I didn't even understand where that came from.
I'm as lost.
I
as
thought
you.
it was something you're talking about Jamal Murray and
Yes.
Yeah, why? I don't get why they
Because-
randomly got into
so
it.
that happened on like say the right side of the court, right? Like
Yep.
on the low wing. I think Jamal Murray came across like it was a wide ass screen. He came from the other side all the way to the other floor, or the part of the floor. I think they had some type of like bump or collision
to start the play.
that started it, and if somebody was probably like, "You doing too much," and then it's like escalated from that. I
Okay.
could be
'Cause
mistaken. But I
y'all
thought they had like
also
they
was-
kind of
crowd,
bumped.
the
He was
crowd
also
was like,
whatever.
ooh,
Like they
something.
kind of bumped
and
each
then
other.
yeah, that's when they
Hey,
started.
not to go back to that series. Why? Young players is crazy. Jalen Duren, he could have got his ass fouled out on that Josh Hart dunk. He like pushed Josh Hart at the end. I'm like, as a Knicks fan, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm like, why are you even doing that? Why are you playing with that fire, brother? That would have been an and one fouled out.
That's the same thing that happened with Jokic when he was thinking about reviewing that call. When he reached in, it's just like, you got 2 fouls. Why are you reaching right there?
Why? And but he ain't young like
Yeah.
Duren.
James Harden was in a lot of foul trouble in game 1 too. Like it was to the point where I'm like, damn, Ty Lue still just letting him rock.
Yeah,
But
we
it was
trusted him.
They were
Yeah.
trusted. They were saying on the broadcast like, and this is something we kind of like figured out too. But it's like James Harden is such a smart player. Like, there's these players that know just how not to foul.
But it was
And he's
also
one of them
times in
players.
the game where people would go to the basket and Harden would be down there. He just kind of just move out the way and just let him. And I'm just
Sometimes
like,
it's-
he has to do that because
Yeah,
he
it's
knows
worth
how
him on the
valuable he
court.
is.
What's more important, that 2 points or me being on this floor for the next 6 minutes?
Him being on the court
floor.
for those next 6 minutes.
Ain't nothing better than when he making his 3-point shots.
Yeah.
It's like he makes some timely, gut-wrenching threes.
I thought in game 2, Jokic wasn't great. compared to what we normally see from Jokic.
Yeah, it was a lot of complaining, a lot of flopping. It seemed I don't know what he was doing, but especially the one play where he falls when James Harden bumps him, just like, bro, like, let's be for real. He did not knock you down. Like, we just know he didn't knock you down. So he was definitely doing a lot more complaining in this game. It didn't feel like a Jokic game.
I just wanted to see him take over.
Yeah,
Like sometimes, this is something we haven't really said about Jokic in like 5 years. But I thought he wasn't aggressive offensively enough.
And it seemed like
last
he
night.
had some really questionable passes too.
Yeah,
and
I mean the one that sealed the game was the Kawhi Leonard steal with 30 seconds to go.
Yes,
That was a
it was.
Jokic pass.
And it was like, you're just not used to seeing that from Jokic.
Yeah, those are some like crazy ones in the clutch. I definitely thought he was gonna come out super aggressive after he was like, "Hey man, if I got to keep you engaged right now, you shouldn't be playing this
Right.
sport."
Yeah,
I thought he was finna come out for 40.
But that was when, but Michael Porter Jr., and it wasn't even just him, just like he couldn't miss. He was literally doing everything he could to leave some impact on the game. Like, I think he had around 4 or 5 maybe offensive rebounds.
Talking MPJ?
MPJ.
Oh, yeah, MPJ was playing.
He wasn't
actually
doing none
decided
of
to
that
play-
in that first
Yeah,
game.
no, he played hard this game.
He turned it all the way up. So
He was the only Nugget that didn't play 40 minutes in that first game.
Yeah, he was.
And starter.
Yeah, starters, yeah.
Does anything about what y'all seen in the first 2 games make you want to change your prediction?
Not
right?
at all. Makes me solidify more in my pick of the Clippers.
Yeah, I picked the Clippers in 6 or 7, so.
Because I do think that the Clippers lost game number 1 versus the Nuggets winning
too.
it. That
Yeah,
makes
because, I
sense.
mean, they lost by 2 in overtime, and they didn't play that good. But also, the Nuggets didn't play that good in this game either. And
That's
they-
kind of the
And they
Nuggets
only
team.
lost by 2. So,
Like, think about the Lakers series last year. The Lakers had the lead for 90% of the series, but lost the series.
Yeah.
Like, they have a way of being like, all right, now it's time for us to play our normal. They'll give you a 6-minute stretch where they're phenomenal, and that 6-minute stretch is enough to win a basketball game sometimes.
When
I
you
do
have
think
Jokic, you can have a great 6-minute stretch and just win a game.
I do think the Clippers have to be on point, though, because the Jokic game is coming, where he's just about to say, you know what?
For sure.
So they got to be prepared for it. And
Luckily, they got someone that can match it in Kawhi.
Oh,
thought you were saying Zoo.
I don't know what I thought he was saying.
Oh. No, I'm just saying that
It's
on
gonna be a
on the
good
flip
series,
side.
man. It's gonna be a good series. I'm staying with my pick, but I ain't a fool.
Yeah.
I ain't a fool at all.
All right, let's go Lakers Wolves. Only 1 game so far, but it was a very telling game. We wait to see what JJ Redick and the company, the rest of the Lakers decide to change up. But Mike, how do you feel? Get your opinion out there first about game 1.
I don't. We
I
talked.
don't know what I would have did if I lost game 1.
Yeah, I hope I don't lose game 2.
Right?
But I kind of
Wait,
mentioned it.
do you think it's over if they lose game 2?
Nah, just because again, off strength of LeBron and Luka, I know it's.
You think y'all can go into Minnesota and win too? Like
Yeah.
Jokic did?
If y'all
Yeah.
was down 3-0, would you think it's over?
Yeah,
Okay.
3-0 is crazy.
Because I'm saying having LeBron and Luka gonna always have you thinking.
I mean,
it's a
hey,
chance.
nobody had come back down 3-1 in the finals before LeBron did it, so why couldn't he be the first to go down 0-3 and win?
These seem like the
I
playoffs where
can't put
somebody
it
would
past
come
LeBron.
back down 3-0.
I
If
couldn't
he came
pass
back from 0-3, would that solidify him as a GOAT?
No.
in the first round.
This is the shit. I know you trolling, but I did see some tweets. It's like, we agree if they lose in the first round, it's a hit to LeBron legacy. No, it's not.
But no,
The
they added
motherfucker's
on to
legacy
that.
is set.
They added on to that. They
Okay.
said lose in the first round with
Luka,
Luka
right,
on the team.
It's like, bro, it's year 22, man. Nothing he's doing is adding or taking away from his legacy, in my opinion.
Yeah. When you're in year 22, it's just not anything you can do. Could just
Did we
add
take
to
away
it.
from Jordan legacy when he was 40 and they missed the playoffs?
Nope.
Exactly.
Oh,
You did a little
I'm
bit.
just joking. Anyway, reaction, Mike.
I mentioned it a little bit on the linear show, which is gonna be dropping, but it's so much of the effort level that I feel like we just need to come with it. I didn't think we did a good job rebounding the ball, even though we are a little bit undersized. Like we've been doing a great job of team rebounding with all our size, was it like our wing size and doing stuff like that. But just the small things, I felt like it was offensive rebounds, taking care of the ball. It's missing shots is gonna happen on some nights.
Yep.
But doing all the little things lets you be able to stay in the game and give yourself a chance. We did none of that. And I think that's something just going like, you literally just have to turn it up a notch effort wise and give it your all in the next one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you look at those fast break points, y'all just got destroyed there. And that to me is just all effort. Like, they literally were just running up the court on y'all ass. And sometimes they were just running 4-on-5 a lot of the time. And because, like, somebody would be trailing or Luka would be like, they were arguing with the refs or something. Like, it was always just like an advantage for the Wolves. And y'all also was just giving up corner threes to good corner 3 shooters. It wasn't like y'all was just Like
was-
Nas Reed is the guy you have to.
There was no Chris Dunn on the other
Yeah.
team.
It was double-sided because the Lakers didn't have their best game, and then the Wolves, they played pretty damn good. Like, defensively, I feel like they were in position a lot of times, and then, again, they were taking advantage of being us being an undersized team. And then when you're hitting all those shots, it's just hard to beat a team like that.
I think that there's nothing that the Wolves did that can't be replicated.
Same.
Like, you don't expect them to shoot 50% and hit 20-something threes every time. But
But
I
they
think
can shoot 40.
schematically, they did well offensively and defensively. They put that small ball but bigger lineup out there with Dante and Nikhil instead of Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert. Nas Reed may never get a contested shot. Nobody should ever contest a shot based on the way y'all play game. Like there's a lot of things that you could take away from the Wolves fan. You feel great. Like you think that maybe do they overcompensate now? Do they play the shooters a little bit too tight, and that means that Anthony Edwards now gets to be Anthony Edwards because he had a good game. I thought he was very mature in his game, but it wasn't no Anthony Edwards extravaganza.
He hit some big threes, though.
No, for sure. No, he
It was
like I
some
said, he had a good
definitely
game.
some big threes, like
he hit
bury
was-
you
It
threes.
was already, it was
It was
the
like,
cherry on top.
I ain't got
The
shit to
biggest shot he
lose.
hit was when he came back from that little cramp and y'all were on the run. Then he took Luka isolation and scored. Like the other shots that he hit later in the game, basically like this is just putting us further down the line.
I love what the Timberwolves are doing from a defensive standpoint, and I think it's the opposite of what y'all doing. Darrick talked about the transition and effort. I think it's the IQ. I think it's the brain. There was there was one that was ingrained in my brain, transition, where it was like 3-on-2, and Rui Hachimura is running, and Nikhil or whoever, they hit Mike Conley in the corner. Why the fuck would Rui Hachimura run down and go to the paint on some 2K shit, on the bot shit? Go to the fucking corner to not give up a corner three in transition when you got your teammate already right there.
Yeah, that's why I say it's the attention to detail.
Yes.
Like, and communication is probably right next to just the effort thing because it's so.
But even without communicating,
it's so easy
he
to
should
talk.
know to go there.
It's so easy. And
That's one of the plays you don't talk about. I'm backline defense. Me and you are on the same team. KB is coming down. Darrick is going to the corner. I'm already on my heels for KB. Why the fuck would you come behind him instead of just going right to the corner with Darrick? You have to communicate with that.
yeah.
There was also a play with LeBron. I told you yesterday, LeBron was guarding Julius Randle on the post. Jared Vanderbilt went to help and gave up a three.
Attention to detail is going to be
Whatever
a big
the
thing for this
scheme
game
is that
too, man.
JJ Redick is communicating to them, it's almost like 2K where they are forgetting that, like,
They have to be basketball players.
yes, you have to be a basketball player. Yeah, we're helping, but we're not helping on that shit because Julius Randle ain't punishing us on a post against LeBron. He can hold his own, and that's what I like what the Timberwolves did. The Timberwolves have their guys who are guarding LeBron and Luka, which is McDaniels, and then Randle and Reed was on LeBron with the size and the length. And it's like, guard them as best you can. It's fucking LeBron and it's Luka. It's going to be tough. They're going to make tough shots. They're going to get their shit off because that's them. But we're not allowing everybody else. We're not allowing the others to beat us because that's when the Lakers are going to be too dangerous. And that's what the Timberwolves did to y'all, where the Nas Reed hitting three, Mike Conley hitting some threes, Nikhil hit a three, Dante DiVincenzo hit a three. When you rolling like that, then now the juices is flowing and everybody going. But they were like, Jaden McDaniels, guard Luka. He's going to make tough shots. But we ain't sending 5 and 4.
We're going to let him in with 1 assist.
Yeah. The Lakers' whole defense is shifting because Rudy is diving from a roll.
He got that aura.
Get the fuck out of here. Why would y'all do that?
I think JJ said a lot of great stuff in his tenure as coach. One of my least favorite things he's ever said was after this game. The physicality surprised us. The Minnesota Timberwolves' physicality was surprising. Like, they got fucking Julius Randle. They got Nas. Like, this is a physical team, and it has been a physical team for like 3 years now. So to not be prepped for physicality was surprising to me. Because not only did he say, I think LeBron mentioned it too. I was like,
they
played this
they
team
were
before.
there, but I think me and P were talking about it. I didn't think physicality was a problem.
Me either.
I think a lot of that shit again is effort and just like there's gonna be physical when them dudes got like 4 to 5 inches in the height of you and stuff like that, and they're trying to make an emphasis to beat up on your underside, like you being undersized. You have to be able to overcome that, and like I said, a lot of that shit is just effort.
I'm excited tonight to see what it's about because
Do y'all think they steer away a little bit from Luka ball and try to do something a little bit more traditional? 'Cause I thought Luka ball was one of the reasons why the Wolves felt so comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like if Luka beats us, so be it. Like
He's
we
gonna have
know
to
he can give
score
you
60.
60. Right. We know he can get 60. But that 60, if that means that he can't kick out to a corner three, it's only 60 points.
Yeah, 1 assist. I
One
don't know the
assist.
last time I seen him with 1 assist. Yeah, 5 turnovers, 1 assist.
I think I'm more.
That sounds perfect.
I'm more so concerned about the defensive end than getting the offense going. And I think it's, again, with Luka and LeBron and then Austin Reeves, you kind of just like, you expect them to carry that side of the ball. But again, I want to be able to get out in transition and get the easy ones. You can't do that if you're not getting stops.
If there's any silver lining for the Lakers, LeBron had a bad game and Austin Reeves had a bad game.
LeBron is not having under 20 again in the rest of the series.
Yeah,
He's just not.
I would say a winner for me was Julius Randle for this series. I thought
he talked the ball over too much. He got to get. He did have a good game.
I thought he did have some turnovers, but I thought in general he didn't affect the vibe of the team. He actually bought into what the team was doing. Him doing a good job one-on-one with LeBron.
How long does a player have to do that for that to be taken away from his like name, you think?
Of being like a playoff, like
No, I'm not even talking about the playoff statistics, but like the body language. Like you say, he didn't take away from the team with his body or something along.
Yeah, like his energy and his body language was all positive in this game.
How long does he have to be? And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer before we like be like,
It'll
okay,
probably
this
be like
is just
a whole
who he
season.
is. A season?
Yeah, I mean, he started the season this way, and then eventually he switched, and then they started to play a little better.
You want to see it when the shit ain't good. They won. They were winning.
But
I want to see how you react when what they was up by. They
A lot.
I want to see it when we down by that much. Because that's when it's gonna happen. Nobody have bad
He's
body
pouting,
language.
we up at 24.
Nobody doing that.
They all smiling and cheesing and having fun. They
Ant-Man
turned
talking
LA.
stuff to the crowd.
He had 7 of their 10 turnovers. Julius Randle. I wrote
But even
down.
just 10 turnovers as a team, you feel pretty damn good.
Yeah,
about.
for sure. He just got to be quicker and a little bit more decisive. Just be more decisive. Because that was times he was quick and they still turned the turnovers.
Yeah.
Lakers helped too much. Lakers had 15 assists as a team. 15
That's insane.
assists.
That's insane, 'cause
Minnesota had 29.
I was about to
basically
say,
double.
they almost doubled him. Yeah.
Luka,
And you,
one
felt,
assist,
you felt
5
that
turnovers.
watching the game. It felt like the ball was moving on the Minnesota
Yes.
Timberwolves side.
You know
and
what
not
I
on the
also
Lakers.
That's why I
seen too
didn't
in
feel like
a lot of
Randle
these
had
game
7
ones though.
turnovers.
I felt like a lot of these game ones.
This shit was. It wasn't like bad
I
passes.
seen
He was
there's
attacking
been a
LeBron, ball in the air.
There's been a lot of rust in like a lot of the game ones, especially like the first half. I seen a lot of rust.
Boy, y'all
whether it be like people missing shots.
Y'all wasn't rusty.
Hey, when you had a little
bust
week
y'all
off,
ass.
you
That might
took
have
a
been-
little week off.
Might have been ashy.
This game went
Sometimes it
downhill
happen like that.
so fast.
Yeah, they bust y'all ass. Luka was sharp as hell. 5 of 10 in the first
Are you
quarter. 3
wearing
of
your
6,
Lakers
16
your
points.
Lakers outfit tonight?
I watched
You
it.
streaming?
I got to see my PC's done.
Oh, I forgot.
So hopefully that's the goal to stream the game tonight. I really wanted to.
You can stream off your phone.
No.
Imagine.
That's why I did it All-Star Weekend.
You streamed it All-Star Weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, we was in the car.
And I live streamed the dunk contest in my room.
Yeah, it is a bootleg.
I do remember that.
Did you fall out of your chair?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
25 fast break points,
How funny is
18
that?
points off turnovers. Bench, 45
Did you have a white beat
to
on?
13. Yes.
Okay. Now I can see it. But I don't remember you when you were at the. Was I with you when you were streaming?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was in my
that's why-
hotel room.
No, I'm talking about. You say you streamed twice. I only remember the hotel.
All the
room.
IRL streams, I think you were there for some of
The
them.
beginning of it, we was all in the car going to Oakland.
Yeah.
Oh, I met y'all there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That was when Mike sent us to the wrong hotel.
Right.
I mean, not wrong hotel, wrong arena.
Typical Mike Hurd.
2 years in a row.
Typical Mike.
2
Hurd.
years in a fucking row.
But luckily in Indiana, those were near each other.
2 years in a fucking row.
These ones, they are
Whole
just,
different city.
they are so far apart.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mike.
It's
You
two
know, we
arenas
at
next
the
year.
Intuit Dome next year, Mike. Intuit Dome.
Why am I assigned with that job, man? Once you mess up in your job so many times,
We
you're
want you to
fired.
be. We want you to get better.
Oh, you want to be fired?
That's kind of crazy. Ain't it?
from that job, getting the Uber.
In this economy, you better take whatever job you could get.
Yeah.
No, we just want you to be better. So we gonna keep on. Intuit Dome. Put it in your notes. But then again, you be struggling to find your notes too on the show. I don't know. Does anything about this series make you want to change your prediction?
Nah.
Not really. Man, I stand on
picked
business with my predictions.
I picked the
I ain't
Lakers, but
flip flopping.
I wouldn't be against switching it. I got to see one more game.
Okay.
Wait,
Give it
what
two
was your
games.
original?
I picked Lakers in 6 or something like that.
I picked the Lakers too. I don't switch my shit. I stand on what I said. Nah, you know, according to Twitter.
Conversation, okay. I'm not switching my answer.
But listen, you know what Twitter say about me and KB? We Laker haters. So I picked the Lakers, but I'm
They said that about
definitely.
me?
Huh?
They said that about me. So,
Yeah, they say we be hating on the Lakers.
me, I would never hate the Lakers. Never ever.
You probably find a couple of tweets that say you just be hating the Lakers just because of me.
But
I do hate the Lakers because of you.
Bro, I don't give a fuck why I hate the Lakers. That's my business.
You know why I hate the Lakers? Because I like Luka. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's what made me love. Like, I still can't believe I get to wake up every day and root for this dude on my team.
See, that's what I mean. That's why I hate the Lakers.
I
You
like
just got the love. I can't not believe your entire life as a fan
Kobe is
went
my
to
boy.
Kobe, to Bron and AD, to Luka Doncic.
Ain't no fault.
No hardships in your you don't even know what tough times is as a sports
Hey, I
fan.
seen Chris Kaman laid up on the bench.
Oh, brother.
You didn't see
Cry me
that
a
shit.
I
Reba.
seen Chris
Cry me a
Kaman
Reba.
laid up on the
Picture.
bench.
You saw the fucking
I remember when
picture.
Nick Young was damn near our best player.
I'm
Oh,
sorry for those 2 years.
Those are some vibes. I ain't gonna lie.
His team was awful for 15 years when James Dolan was doing his shit.
That's why when people,
My team has been bad for a
people be
decade now.
tweeting me about the Knicks lose and they're trying to talk shit.
It's not true.
I be like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I had to watch? We spent money to go see Emmanuel Mudiay and Mario Hezonja with motherfucker Noah Vonleh.
No, Vonleh.
My first time ever going to Madison Square Garden, I watched Noah Vonleh start.
Yeah. And Taj Gibson hit some corner
You
threes.
just
I'll never
missed out
forget
on
it.
Melo.
So they think that with them,
Even the Melo years is like cool,
if
but
the,
one
if the
first round.
Knicks,
Hey,
if the Knicks lost if the Knicks lost the rest of these games and lost, you think I'm finna be stressed? I'm gonna be right back next year. It's gonna be fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be like, damn, y'all motherfuckers tripping. Something gotta change. But me, motherfucker, they be on there, oh man, you coping. Cope on what? I saw Noah Vonleh. I paid money. And saw Noah Vonleh
We
be
paid
one of our
good
best
money
players.
too. Yeah, we paid good money.
That shit was a good ass game too.
It was.
One of our best players, you think I gotta cope? Oh, hell no. I'm happy to be here.
I remember when Mike was busting my ass on 2K with Andrew Godlock, and I was just like, who is dude?
Who is dude?
Hell no.
I paid money to see Noah fucking Vonleh. That's crazy.
I remember when Andrew Gallock, I think it was end of the season.
we
Maybe
sat good too.
We did.
I
Shout out
think
to
it was
Danny.
End
Shout out
of the
to
season, or
Shaq,
maybe
Shaq
like
West.
Yeah.
Andrew Gallock had like a 20 to 30 point game. I forget if it was an end of season game or if it was a playoff game and just like everybody got hurt or some shit like that. But
Hey,
I
I'm
would
gonna
just
tell you now, that shit was not no playoff.
I don't think it was. Yeah, I think it was.
He thought it may have been a playoff game.
For what?
Andrew Godlock dropped at 30.
Get the fuck
Bro.
up out of here.
I got you.
I
Don't
think
worry.
it was Andrew Gallock, and then it was somebody else who had a really crazy game too. But it was also like an end of the bench
hey,
person.
remember some real shit? Was it a playoff game against the Mavericks?
Oh no,
Bro, I don't remember, but I know
Oh, no.
I watched that game and I was happy as hell because I was like, no way this dude didn't drop 30. This is a 12 man on the damn team.
Andrew Godlock. Oh my goodness, it might have been a playoff.
Against the Mavericks, right?
Against the Spurs.
Oh.
He had 20 points, so it wasn't 30, but he had 20 against the Spurs when they lost by 30.
Can you look at the box score of that game?
Yeah, I got
Who was
you.
the second highest?
Let's see, second highest score in this game. Darius Morris.
Oh, yes, bro, yes.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace
Oh,
to Darius
wow.
Morris.
Damn.
Darius Morris.
That just threw me off.
Darius Morris. I used to get down with Darius Morris and Andrew Gallock in 2K, and I remember they spazzed that game.
Darius Morris was good.
They spazzed that
Went to
game.
Michigan.
I forgot he passed, man. Damn, I hate when shit like that happen.
Good times.
The next series.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Next
I was gonna
series.
say we gonna stay with this one and move on.
A 1-0 lead for the Warriors going into Houston in a 95-85 final score.
2000s
This one
basketball.
really
felt like
was.
one of them vintage early 2000s type basketball game. I will say this is now. I think game 2 is a must win for Houston.
Yes.
Just because you don't want to go down 0-2 to this veteran team, and like the morale just won't be there. Y'all already struggled offensively against this team. You see the lacks of not having that real one, where they have like literally a 1A, 1B over there with Jimmy and Steph, to where like down the stretch in this game, you see Jimmy hitting big middies, Steph Curry's hitting threes, and like the Rockets just couldn't match that offensive firepower of those two down the stretch of the game. And Jalen Green just got to be much better. He's like their best shot creator. And like I just don't know if this is the matchup for him to be better, because I think the Warriors have the defenders to match
Not
him.
even just that. They got him in isolation against Steph Curry many times,
Yeah.
and he couldn't score.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn.
But you know
That's
what, though?
the one
Again, though,
spot you pick on if you Jalen Green.
I think there's other times where he was getting to his spot. I think the shots didn't just fall, which, game 2 could be a whole different situation.
But he's a bad shot taker, and I just think when it comes to playoff
when he had
time,
Steph on
sometimes
him,
it just-
he
it
was
just don't
making
work.
an emphasis to turn that corner and get to the rim.
Yeah, they didn't get a lot of calls on that. They played it pretty
it could
tough.
change up where he's either getting a call or he's making those.
I think he's
on
gonna have
those
a
nights.
much better game because I think he's
You know
gonna-
what?
He was
He
getting-
has no choice. The game that he just played in game 1, it does not get worse than that.
No. That's why I said he's gonna have a much better game,
I'm
not a
hoping
better game.
Talking about
'Cause
Jalen,
you're
I'm
right.
hoping the same thing for Freddie too.
Yeah,
Freddie was missing-
Freddie ain't hit his first 3 till like 3
man.
minutes left in the fourth.
I had to write some of this shit down.
You want to?
2 of 17 from 3 as a backcourt. Jalen Green and Fred.
Yeah.
Relatively good looks too.
Yeah, because they had 22 offensive rebounds. They shot 6 of 29 as a team from 3. But in the second quarter, they had 13 points.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember that. 13 points in the second quarter is not going to win you a playoff game against the fucking Grizzlies.
Do you know what's also funny about the playoffs?
I'm sorry I had to throw the Grizzlies under the bus like that, but that 51-point loss.
Another funny thing about the playoffs is just like watching different fans kind of cope with how things are going in their playoff series or whatever. Some people in my Discord, I mean, y'all, one of them is Prado. Prado went to the actual game or whatever.
Oh, so did Teriyaki. Did Hottie see him?
Hottie went too. So like a bunch of people that went.
Oh, did they link up or they just end up being
I
there?
want to say they linked up. Like they were saying, like let's take a picture of something. I didn't really like check over the conversation. But after the game, you know, they're ranting it off like, man, whatever, Fred, blah blah blah, Jalen, blah blah blah. And then I think it was Hottie. He's like, man, don't worry, KD, he coming home.
That's crazy.
It's just funny watching fans
After
cope.
game 1, huh?
Yeah, just KD
Damn.
coming home.
I will say, what they doing against the men has been, they pretty much just saying, have whatever you want outside of 15 feet. Like we aren't gonna guard you until you attack the basket. And it's kind of crazy because like he's so young, he's still developing offensively. So like, it's a lot to put on him to be like, we need you to step it up or be like a different version of what you've been all season. So, and also just like transition is also where he thrives at. There's not a lot of transition opportunities with this Warriors team. They're doing a good job of controlling the pace of this game. So they're going to have to find a way to be disruptive. The turnovers is what is going to allow them to thrive, but the Warriors are just so damn good at protecting the ball. So they're going to have to find a way to get themselves going.
They're going to have to do how I was saying, like what they do good at earlier, as in win the game before it really gets down to crunch time.
That's going to be hard to do.
I know it's hard to do, but they're the type of team that, again, they could turn you over and they could be overwhelming defensively.
I just don't think Jimmy, Steph, and Draymond, they're not going to turn the ball over a lot.
Shit.
I mean,
The Warriors
it's
turn that ball
been
over.
better with Jimmy, but it's still not great. You know, and I
Because
think,
I think in that last game, they only had 11.
Because if it comes
So-
down to crunch time and it's down to half court, you're not winning the game. You're just not.
That's what Steve Kerr actually said in the fourth quarter at a timeout. You could see him talking to the huddle. He said, don't rush,
I know exactly
slow
what you're
down.
talking about.
They can only score off of us making a mistake in transition. They cannot score in the half court,
Yeah.
which was a fact. And they only gave them four fast break points the entire game.
Yeah.
Warriors got back on that ass.
And
They left
11
9
turn-
points. As crazy as this game is, right? This is what you go back to the Rockets if you email that team. Your backcourt shot 2 of 17 from 3. You shot 6 of 29 as a team.
Mm-hmm.
You had 4 fast break points, and you left 9 points at the free throw
What
line.
was the rebound? I don't know if you got the rebound battle. They killed them. On
I think they had
rebounds.
22 or 29?
22
on the
offensive
rebounds.
rebounds.
Okay, 22 offensive
But
rebounds.
for you to miss
To like
9
6
free
or something.
throws, all those threes.
Damn. It was 36 to 52 offense rebound difference.
So 16.
Yeah.
That's what they got
you
to
said
do
30,
more.
52 to 36.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Like Steven Adams
That
played,
ain't
what, 20
16
minutes?
though, is it?
yeah.
Steven Adams played
What
a
was it?
total of
I thought he said
He said
19 minutes and
52 to
30 seconds.
36.
And he had
52.
12
Oh, okay, it is
boards.
16. I thought it was 34. I'm like,
Yeah.
We're probably going to see more of that big ball lineup this time around. 20 minutes for Steven Adams felt like it wasn't enough because that was the only time you felt like they could generate some open looks because it was an offensive rebound. I
But
thought they got
even-
sloppy also a lot in this game,
Yeah.
which you can't do if you already can't score in the half court.
Yeah.
But the rebounding is the only thing that they can look at and say, hey, this is our chance. Second chance opportunities, offensive rebound, and praying that our backcourt doesn't shoot, what'd you say, 2 of 17 from 3 or something crazy like that. It was rough, but also not rough enough to me to be like, phone it in to the league office, this series is over.
Yeah.
You know, like I still think there's an opportunity for them to make it interesting.
It's just kind of hard when you're talking about those last 5 minutes of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how you outmatch Jimmy and Steph. That's like the most crucial. Like you saying, put your foot on their neck early. That's a lot to ask for this young team to do to Steph Curry led, because he's gonna also come out guns blazing. He came out firing early in this game.
did.
So you're not just going to come out and just bully him.
And even then, they're not generating good looks because they're running Şengün straight up with Draymond. Like, Şengün, do your baby hook every single time if you need to, but we're gonna stay home on a lot of these dudes. So even just getting open looks is not thing. Even if the open looks are bad looks because it's to Ahmed Thompson or something.
And we're helping.
And they struggled when Şengün went to the bench too. Like he was legit their only offense they really had because
he
he
had like
was
20
getting
points
in
in
the
the
paint.
first half, and he was like their only form of offense.
But his ass can get that 10th rebound we needed. That's crazy.
It was so crowded too when they do that big lineup. Because Ahmed Thompson trying to operate essentially in the same
dunk
spot.
spot,
Yeah,
Şengün.
and Steven Adams just grabbing the ball. He just one-handed taking it over people. It's just like, bro.
I think it was a lot of strong stuff for the Rockets, though. The Warriors it wasn't like the Warriors was doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do either. It was a 95-85 game. They left 9 points at the free throw line. This is the worst case scenario shooting the ball from three. 20% from three as a team is just like it's hard to imagine you shoot that again. And then 13 points in the second quarter as a whole. Crazy. 54 points in the paint for the Rockets. Think you can duplicate that. I think you can make a couple threes. Toughen up at the free throw line, and you have yourself a legitimate
fighting
chance.
chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to see like none of the others on either team do anything.
Yeah.
It was like our stars are going to be our stars, and everybody
I thought
else
Podziemski
can't
gave
score.
him some solid minutes.
Yeah,
He
for sure.
rebounded
He had,
the hell out of
he had a couple
basketball.
big shots too, even though he was scared in the first half to shoot the damn ball.
I think AirPods has been pretty damn good too.
Buddy Hill hit some shots. Jimmy don't like when he dribbling.
Which makes sense. I
Understandable.
don't like when his ass dribble either. But I was saying that like because our lens of these teams are different, in order for the Warriors to not just win this series but more series, some of them others got to do something. And it's like for the Rockets to even get out of this series, some of them others. And I'm counting Jalen Green and Freddie as others right now. They ain't done enough to make me think otherwise. So
I like the way Jabari played. I like the way a lot of these young
Jabari
guys
was
play.
good.
Jabari gave him some big minutes.
Ahmed Thompson hit some tough mid-range shots.
Jabari was trying to keep them in it.
yeah,
Yes.
he was.
Bro, he's just, to me, he's gonna be back a starter on this team.
For who though?
He's going
For
to be
the
a
Rockets.
starter for,
No, I
the,
mean like
for the
but,
Suns.
but who though? Because he's
Oh,
Yeah,
not ready to
probably-
say.
probably DB.
I don't know, man. DB's
Dylan Brooks
pretty
is so damn
fucking
good
man.
defensively. I
Bro,
don't know.
Jabari provides so like he provides so much. He is nice off the bench, but I think he would be even nicer next to a man with his ability to shoot the ball and be a bigger body to take up that. I think he would be really nice next to him.
That's what.
And that's future wise. They don't even.
But also,
right now,
Dylan Brooks he's also like a primary defender type of guy. I don't know if you
bro, a man Thompson could take that damn. He could take that.
But
when you
most teams have more than a guy.
Yeah.
Because
You know what they coach standing on?
He's sitting on business.
Defense.
same thing.
Jabari played defense though.
Same thing.
Jabari played defense.
Not like fucking Dylan Brooks.
Yeah,
like,
that's
fuck,
our point. Is
shit.
one of them is an all defensive.
Oh my
caliber defender.
gosh.
But
we like Jabari too.
hey, I want to see him as a starter one day.
He was
Back.
he was
He
a
was.
starter for
Back.
3 years.
Back as a starter. They had to add a vet in, and they did the right thing. But he ready now. He ready.
From his 11-point game.
He ain't
the
no
other night.
rookie no more.
Okay.
He's been a rookie for a minute.
Cavs versus Heat. Anything other than them choking the shit out
Cavs
of
versus Heat.
Tyler
Hey,
Hero every possession?
The Heat actually made it interesting.
Yes. Hey, I'm
The
giving
Heat
credit
actually
to the
made it
Heat. I'm
interesting.
giving credit to the Magic for their first half. After seeing what the fuck
For
the
the first
Grizzlies
half.
did, they get respect.
Hey,
Because
yeah,
what the
they-
Grizzlies did is some bullshit, wasting my motherfucking time like that on Easter.
Shout out to Ty Jerome.
I didn't even go to the Easter family function because I was like, my job is to watch this game, and it was fucking.
Ain't no
bull.
shout out to Ty Jerome. You ain't been showing them love. Stay over there.
That's Twitter too.
You see that damn?
You ain't been glazing them. You ain't been glazing them, so you got to stay on that
I
side.
love me some.
Ty Jerome.
You love you some.
Ty Jerome.
I'm staying on this side with John Morant and the Grizzlies, though. He can have that. I'm on this side.
I'm
At least
on this
until they
side.
make some changes, because God, that's bad. But no, the Cavs
I
did
was
an amazing
joking, by the
job.
way. You can talk your Ty Jerome shit.
Yeah, they did an amazing job just picking apart Tyler Hero specifically.
Yeah.
Like somebody had the stats, they went at him 39 times and like scored like 26 of those, whatever.
Hey, Ty Jerome was getting him on that hip, getting to that little floater. Ooh, cash. I'm like, whenever Ty Jerome get you on that hip, he gonna get to that little floater.
And they did make it somewhat interesting. Shout out to Bam on the offensive side as well. But like, there was never a point in this game I
Where it
thought
felt
that-
like they were gonna win. Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
Exactly.
Did y'all see that little? I think they had tweeted out or whatever, like the dialogue between Ty Jerome and Paolo, And it was
Oh, he's like, I'll be
yeah.
a starter on this team.
yeah, I actually started dying laughing. He said I'll be a starter on that team because
It's funny.
he probably would.
Corey
He
Joe
probably will.
or Ty Jerome.
Because they going to be looking.
He would be
Corey
what they
Joe or
need.
Ty Jerome. Who you starting? Exactly. It's
He
Ty
need
Jerome.
what they need what he got. So.
It'd be funny if he do end up being a starting point guard.
He won't. They ain't got no money to spend. He about to get paid, brother.
True.
Unless they making some room for him. Sorry, Jalen
So
Suggs.
Ty Jerome finna start for the Nets.
He really a net.
Also,
He's
this was-
really a net, bro.
This is the Darius Garland I need though too. He 20 points at least. I can't have no duds, man. I can't have no duds.
Him and Donovan Mitchell they came out aggressive and then have the luxury of having Ty Jerome come off the bench and also give you 28 was just.
Sam Merrill was pretty good in this game.
Yeah, he was.
It's not much to see. Like, it's really a 1-8 matchup through and through.
yeah.
Might
And
make it interesting a few games, but you know what teams.
And you also didn't get like a dominant Evan Mobley game either offensively.
You didn't need to because the
Yeah.
guards were just
Yeah,
doing
the
their
guards.
part.
The guards torched you, and the bigs didn't have to really do much.
Yeah, they was just chill.
besides play defense and rebound.
Yep. All right, we could go to Celtics versus Magic.
Paulo was trying in this game. Paulo was trying his ass off to make this game.
Did you look at the
remotely
box score for this one?
I watched it. I watched it.
But have you looked at the box score? At the bottom?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, why?
So, who was the third leading scorer? Do you remember?
Was it Franz?
No, he was second leading scorer.
Okay.
I'm talking about for the Magic. Sorry,
the
not for
Magic?
the whole game. For the Magic.
It
Do any of y'all know this? Third leading scorer for the Magic this game.
wasn't Cole Anthony. It wasn't Anthony Black.
Who was it?
Jonathan Isaac?
Jonathan Knight.
Yes.
I was. Yeah, that's
Y'all
what I
know
was
how
about
much
to-
he scored?
8, right?
7.
7.
The motherfuckers had 30s and 20 for the top two dudes, and the next guy had 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
you know
this
what's
is
so
like,
bad
you
about
know?
it, too?
Caldwell Pope only took 6 shots.
What's
which
so
I just
bad
think he
about
get
it?
paid too
He
much
hit
money
his
to
2,
do.
though. He hit his 2.
He did.
They had so many shots they missed right at the rim. So many shots that just circle toilet bowled out or rimmed out. It's just like, bruh, can y'all just put the damn ball in the
They
cup?
need
This
a
is why
center.
y'all ended with 80 points.
They need a center.
Drew Holiday had a little dominant stretch. Was that end of second quarter, early third quarter?
Yeah.
Where defensively he was amazing. Then he hit some shots, made a good pass, yada, yada, yada.
Derek White gonna do what he do.
I thought the
Derek White was.
Derrick White's
it was
amazing.
just like cash.
He did the thing that Shaq used to always talk about. If you want to drop 30, you just need to score 8 points here, 6
Oh
points
yeah,
here, 8
that
points
shit
here.
always made it sound
He
so
literally,
easy.
he literally scored 8.
Yeah, he's just cool.
I thought the Celtics big man were doing a pretty good, like Porzingis and Luke Cornett were doing a good job of just like being big down low and and disrupting as many shots as possible.
Yeah, it's another one of them 2-7 matchups that look like a 2-7 matchup. to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cole Anthony sometimes takes some questionable shots, man.
That's his job.
He
for that
kinda
team.
has
But
to,
like,
yeah.
But like, nah, when you got Jalen Brown on you 1-on-1, the Celtics on a run, and you jab step him, he don't bite, so you just shoot in his face. I'm just like, what is that? Like, we not gonna.
That's the shit that got them in this.
It is, but
True. You know,
It was off his back. He got to get going. I mean, what else is he gonna do? Pass the KCP, who gonna hesitate to shoot and pass it back to him?
you gonna pass to Caleb
Jonathan
Houston?
Isaac, get in your bag. Yeah,
Nah,
Caleb
I-
Houston.
Yeah.
Oh man.
yeah.
All right, last one, and we did reference it a
They
little
need
bit
Anthony
earlier,
Simon. They need your boy bad.
and they might get him. Pacers versus Bucks, 104 Indiana, and like we mentioned earlier, Dame will be ready. Is that tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 3 games tonight.
Oh, they
Yep.
got NBA TV tough.
I'm
And
gonna
they
watch.
gave the Bucks the NBA TV game.
Yeah, they did.
That's actually.
They probably didn't think Dame was playing.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Oh,
I would rather them be on TV.
But it was-
than
yeah, it's Giannis.
The Grizzlies game.
That's true. They got to show respect to the 1 seed.
True.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't.
But no, the Pacers got every shot they could possibly want and gain number 1. And we mentioned it a little bit on linear. Like Damian Lillard coming back helps the series, and it might get them to win some games and maybe even win the series. But like the thing that is the problemsome part is the defensive side of the ball, which Damian Lillard doesn't do anything for.
Especially when I don't know how significant coming back from a blood clot is in your calf.
Yeah.
Like he's been dealing with this calf injury for like a year now. It was a part of the reason why he was out last year in the playoffs was his calf injury. So, I mean, when you talk about playing defense, if your leg ain't 100%, it's kind of hard for me to believe that you're finna come in and just be ready to defend at a high level.
He got a chip on his shoulder. I'm ready.
I hope
Tyrese
so.
was talking that shit. He ready.
Glorilla in the building.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hey,
snap.
put Glow in there.
It's 95 degrees.
Put
Big
Glow in the arena.
GLO
They might
in the
win 4 straight.
GLE.
Giannis is
In the
man on a mission.
MKE. There it go.
Giannis was talking shit while losing. One of my favorite things to see from people. You know what I'm saying? I saw people on Twitter. Why would you talk shit while you're losing? What the fuck? Yo, it's all weak ass off my timeline. Motherfuckers ain't never played a sport before.
And it's not
Only
like-
talk shit when you winning.
And he averaged like 40 against y'all.
What type of hoe ass shit is that?
Damn, was that a secret?
I almost.
Blew the spot.
Okay.
At 7 in the morning is crazy though. Yeah, man. Playoffs has been great. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Kuzma with his 22 minutes, 0.0000001.
What's actually so deflating about that is that Kuzma is just so damn talented. He could do so much on the court.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I've said it for 2 years now. He's not.
No, fuck that, KB. He is talented enough to get a fucking rebound assist and 10 points.
But like, I remember when the trade happened, I was telling y'all that like this is a bad trade. I understand it's like them giving up on Chris Middleton because of his injury, but Kyle Kuzma's just not good. He's not the player he was 5 years ago when they won the championship.
Yeah,
and we
sue
see
us
that.
for thinking that a different situation other than Washington would have him looking a little bit better.
But we didn't think he would put 0,
Right.
0,
No,
0, 0, 0 up.
that
I
I'm not talking about.
Save the
Bounce
Bucks.
back coming.
I wasn't up here saying
tonight.
That this
The
is the
same
trade
thing we
that
say about
they
Jalen
needed.
Green. There's no
Hey,
other
man,
option
hell no.
but to bounce
Hey,
back.
man, fuck that.
There's no other
Fuck
option
that.
but
He
to
ain't in the
bounce
same
back.
pool as Jalen Green.
No,
Fuck
but I'm
that.
saying that there's nothing you can do
No,
but go
I'm talking
up
to
from
Mike.
him.
But I'm
Like
not saying
same thing as
he
Jalen
can have
Green.
6 points or more. No, I'm talking about
That
he's
ain't a
gonna have
bounce back.
I'm
That's
talking
not
about
a
he's gonna
bounce
have a
back.
significant game 2. I'm calling.
He
I'm
better.
not counting on that shit.
What is what in your
I hope
opinion?
so,
What does
but
that
I'm
look
not
like?
counting on that
Give me the
shit.
stat line that would deem.
15 points, 8
Oh,
boards,
man.
couple assists.
Oh shit! If he do that, they might win. 15, 8, and 2.
This is for Kyle Kuzma.
You made that. If he gave them 15, 8, and 2 last game, they fuck around and win. Did you not watch
He
the
didn't
game?
do. That's why I'm saying it's a bounce back game.
That's why I say if he do that, they
You
fuck
just
around and
said,
win.
bro.
15, 8,
He's
and
talented.
2.
He's got enough talent to put up 15, 8, and a couple of assists.
I didn't say he didn't. I
never
said
denied
if he
it.
does that, they fuck around and win. You looked at me like, I'm like, yeah, that would help.
No,
them win.
you said if he did that last game, which he didn't. Well,
I know,
not
that's
fans.
what- because
This game
I
he's
said
gonna
that
bounce
because
back.
you made the face of me saying they'll fuck around and win if he do that.
I made the face because he was acting like it was just out of the realm of possibility that he could do that.
I'm just saying. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I still believe in a little bit. I still believe in Kyle Kuzma.
I believe in him as a player in this series.
I think he's a way better basketball player than that damn performance.
Well, I think
for
we all
sure,
know
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
But
Tony
him,
Snell was too.
him being effective,
he's better than Tony Snell.
Yeah, he is.
I'm hoping so, Mike. I'm hoping so. I'm with the Bucks on this, so I'm hoping so. But my confidence level in him in this particular series dropped significantly.
They're just not
Yeah, I
gonna
think
guard
his-
him. Nobody cares that he exists on the basketball court.
It's such a mental fuck when that start happening too, boy.
I think his role's a little bit skewed.
Then he
too.
started forcing shit.
What other role can he play?
I'm talking about what he's not. You right about that. He's not the same player. He's not that much of a Swiss Army. Do it all. I can do it all.
Because he hit shots, he hit threes back then. He defended well back then.
He needs some of the. He
Good
needs
cutter.
that ball a little bit more, which is crazy because they had Giannis. But like for him to be effective, he does kind of need it.
No, the
So
fuck
he
he
always
don't.
just have to be on
No,
14 win
he
teams.
don't need
then.
that.
Yeah, because his value was at its highest when he was on the Lakers, and he was not
Well, he's
having
got
the
to
ball
get
a
more
lot.
shots than what he took at least.
He don't need the ball. That's
Man, fuck the shots.
Because he played with AD
Get a
and LeBron.
rebound.
that's
You
a cop out for Kyle
6'8".
Kuzma. He don't need the basketball.
I'm actually curious if that's true. Like, did he average more shots on the Lakers than he does on the Bucks?
He didn't shoot that many shots when he was on the Lakers.
Well, he's coming off the bench too.
Yeah, he was literally a role like he was.
But
Swiss
you
Army.
said he was attempting less shots with the Bucks.
He
Or more
attempted
shots.
11.1 his
No,
last
I'm
year
talking
with the
about like
Lakers.
game 1. He took like 3 to 4 shots.
And then now he averaged 12 shots a game for the Bucks.
So relatively the same.
About the same.
Yeah.
Not the same.
Y'all finna go. You going into you ain't
Basketball,
finding
right?
shit.
Yeah, I did.
I was
do
literally
have
just specifically talking about game 1. Like,
Do y'all remember
he can get some more shots?
The Kyle Kuzma, Jason Tatum conversations when they were both
Yeah,
rookies?
yeah, I remember.
You know what else I remember, KB?
What's
what a
that?
lot of people act like they don't remember? Because he playing against the Knicks now. Motherfuckers talking crazy about Cade Cunningham not that long ago.
Oh yeah, going into the season.
Not that long ago.
Yeah.
But now they going, oh, man, he does that. Nah. I ain't gonna talk about shit because he going against my team right
People
now.
were saying Derrick Lively was better than him.
You motherfuckers is crazy.
Not people, ESPN. just ESPN, not people. Because I think everybody on Twitter is like this crazy. But people did think I think he was ranked 67th.
Yeah.
They thought 67th was high for Cade Cunningham. And I made that tweet like,
Shit is disrespectful.
y'all was kind of crazy, bro. And now what is he? I mean, next time he got to be in
He's
the top
gonna be-
20
Yeah,
minimum.
he's top
Yeah.
20.
Boy, they jump on that.
Oh,
They jump on that D like it ain't nothing. It's crazy.
Just
Detroit.
like that what?
Just like that fucking glue. People just be talking.
But I
man.
done said that shit so much. PB saying that shit for real. I done said that shit a million times.
Did we
on
get
my
to every
stream,
series? I
bro.
think we got to every series. At least for a second or two.
Man, Let me not even get in that spiel. We can wrap up soon because I get to going on that topic and then they, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are so stupid. It's so stupid, man. Put a tariff on these microphones. I seen somebody say.
Put a tariff on microphone. Every time somebody's saying something crazy on a podcast, they'll be like, podcast equipment is too cheap.
It is.
I'm gonna say these are my winners and losers. We didn't really get crazy into that, but I'm just say the names. I had Jamal Murray, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, the Bucks. Just because Dame is coming back, I feel like that's a positive sign for him. And then obviously I had Caden, Dennis Schroeder is like my winners for the. Those are all my winners. Losers: Kyle Kuzma, Jonathan.
Yeah, Kuzma was one.
Jonathan Kuminga. I don't know where he's gonna be at. His future is kind of interesting. And then I had Bogdanovich.
I had Buddy Hield as well.
As a loser?
Yeah.
Moses Moody might be a winner.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Moses-
definitely.
yeah,
He's been
Moses
playing
Moody.
really good.
You know, I'm just so happy with his story. The fact that he's now a starter for that team after they didn't know what to do with him, and he was always in trade rumors. And
Who would have thought he'd be more important to the team than Kuminga?
Kuminga.
Yeah.
I almost said Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, where could Kuminga go?
Brooklyn.
For Cam?
so they're going to have Ty Jerome.
No, just give him an offer sheet.
So it's going to be Ty Jerome, Cam Thomas,
Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag. Okay.
Cam Johnson still in.
And Jonathan Kuminga. Oh.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Yeah, you decent.
Well, they win 29 this year. They might be 35 next year.
Yeah. Because if you talk about Claxton and Cooper Flag, they'll get you 30.
That he couldn't try to work in Kuminga.
I'm not even
on
going to
that
argue
deal?
with you with the Nets because you know way more than I do with the Nets, apparently.
Just defensively, that just sound nasty.
I just saw
I
a
feel like
mock
Claxton
trade
wasn't
where
good this
Claxton go
year.
to the Lakers.
You said Claxton to the Lakers?
That's the mock trade.
I think
I would
somebody
like
was asking me about how I feel about Jackson Hayes. I say he could probably have the best series of his life. Lakers is gonna get a center when it comes to that offseason, no matter what he
I
do.
wonder what this series look like if Mark Williams is that center.
Is he playing though? Like
what you
his
mean,
health
he
has
playing?
always been.
He was playing. They just
Yeah.
thinking about the long term health. He was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe you
might
go
look-
less small ball,
yeah,
better lob threat.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Jackson
definitely
Hayes
that pick
has.
and roll is a lot more
yeah.
effective.
The y'all pick and roll game is just not.
'Cause
what-
Jackson Hayes got
Hayes
brick
is
wall
not-
bronze. He needs silver. at
I'm
least.
surprised you even gave it to him. His
got
little
brick wall
skinny
bronze.
ass.
Same.
We need that Hall of Fame for Luka.
How many players got Hall of Fame, brick wall Hall of Fame?
Nobody that Lucas played with got Hall of Fame.
I was thinking in the NBA.
Daniel Gafford. ain't
Steven
got no-
Adams got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He might only be playing with people with brick wall silver, but the
And
lot,
making him
but
look
the,
amazing.
But the, what's it called?
The White Powell bronze, or if he got it at all.
But the aerial finisher be on gold though.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it
Daniel
help-
Gafford got it. Yeah.
I think Jackson Hayes gonna have at least silver on aerial finisher.
Yeah,
at
he
least
do. He do.
He'll
just
go up
got-
and get it.
He might use the +1 on bronze brick
I
wall.
feel, we should have a podcast where we strictly talking 2K. Just strictly talking 2K.
The off season come up though, so definitely gonna be a room for it.
Well, you know damn well you're going to be out the loop on that.
I know badges.
Name 5 playmaker badges.
Ankle breaker.
You're done.
You off
Ankle
the
bracer.
Ankle
I don't know, it's
bracer?
ankle assassin now.
Okay,
actually.
that's one. That's
Oh,
one.
you
Okay,
never
he know
know.
a little bit.
Dimer.
Okay.
You also got
Yeah, they're gonna think
you got that I forgot actually I don't know.
that was
Okay.
2.
I didn't play a
yeah.
playmaking guy.
You right. So I'm going to do
Yeah, none of his guys had
Let's
any
do-
playmaking badge.
let's do 5 shooting badges.
Catch and shoot, steady shooter.
Steady
also-
I don't
shooter
even-
been out of the
Fuck
game
her.
for a
Yeah,
long time, brother.
Catch and shoot isn't even the game.
Yeah.
no more.
Oh yeah.
Let him
it's
go,
not-
though, let him
it's
go.
Not, it's not even that no more.
I think
It
it's
is
literally
Steady
only
shooter
5
was the
shooting
badge
badges.
for you back in the day.
I think it's literally only 5 shooting badges, maybe 6.
Oh, then I don't know.
if
Set shot specialist, dead eye, limitless. You crazy, limitless. You know limitless.
Yeah, limitless. They've been changing them every year.
Now, how many badges
Nothing
you
but
get?
change the name.
How many badges you get for that 88 vert?
No.
Hey, wrap up this fucking- I don't think I've ever made a person with 88 vert.
No.
88 vert, Mike?
What position? You were a wing, right?
And no, I don't even. You don't even need 88 vert to get Hall of
It's
Fame
85.
posterizer.
It's 85. So I would never make anything above 85.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Yeah, he said my dude finna be jumping.
Boy, had
And-
more vert than dunk.
First person in history. Don't forget an 88 vertical with a 73 dunk.
Hell no.
I just wanted to be able to jump high.
I just wanted to be able to jump high.
Just jumping.
He know your rebound.
No, he had no rebound. I literally
jumping.
looked at his build and said, why do you have this? You don't dunk, you don't rebound. What the fuck is this for? And that shit costs so much.
Bro, to get that shit to 88 had it cost you, bro. That was probably like 3-4 overall.
Darrick told us, I'm gonna take some of the 3 down, put it up my vertical. Oh, only 86. What else can I take down? My ball handle. He taking
down the
down the
pass.
essentials.
You know what I was thinking? And maybe this is just March me. Well, we in April. April me talking. I don't know if I'm doing 2K this year, man.
Good.
Like,
You
not me
got-
like builds and stuff.
You got in our way.
You talking about when 2K26 come out?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know.
lying.
he lying.
We'll see.
lying.
Hopefully, I'm lying because
lying.
I think I don't like 2K. I like the community aspect of
Yeah,
it.
that shit. I don't like 2K either, but I like
Bro,
getting
hey,
out hooping.
the first day
I'm
of
not
2K,
We just need to try more games because the community aspect of that schedule 1 was fun. We just
Yeah.
ain't been on it recently. The community aspect of Marvels was cool when that was going.
It's just
Fortnite.
It's the inconsistencies for me. Because we had a new game that was on top. I'm gonna put Marvels.
Marvel still is pretty fun.
Oh,
Even
yeah,
though
yeah,
I ain't played
I
it
ain't gonna lie,
in a
this
few
shit is fun.
Yeah.
But
It's just grind. I don't know. That's the one game I enjoy grinding.
Because it can set you back.
Yeah.
but that shit says you played 50
You know-
plus hours. in
No,
less than
Darrick
2
be
weeks.
leaving his PC on though.
They count that
I
time?
do
Because it'll say
sometimes.
away, but it says he's in Marvel Rivals for 9 hours.
I don't know how y'all
It be-
do that.
it
I
be-
gotta shut my shit down.
It be 2 in the morning. They be saying D Mills in a game.
I think that's
No,
when
he
he
be
actually
playing.
is
Yeah,
playing.
no, that's when I am actually playing.
Bro, yeah.
Bro, we played late the other night.
I feel like you play when Ivy is sleeping or napping,
Yeah.
and then you just leave it on
Yeah,
until you
when
want
she
to play
wake
again.
up,
You
I
said-
like get up right
when
away.
you say we, who was you talking about?
Me, Mike, and
I can't fuck with him.
Why?
He had me on the game at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I
One
was-
time
yeah,
I'm playing what's the game?
Schedule
Schedule
one.
1. And then next thing I know, y'all trying to get on 2K after this? And I'm like,
I
fuck
think
it,
that's
come
what
on,
he did.
Let's go.
I think him and who are we playing with? Y'all got on 2K after that. Y'all
I think it was like,
I got in the bed. It was 3
I can't
something
remember,
in the
but yeah,
morning.
we
Damn,
did.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what
like,
happened to us the other night.
Don't ask.
I had literally looked at I was like, damn, I've been streaming for 8 hours. And I was like,
And
Oh,
Penny,
little shift. What a
that's
shift
what
is.
happened when you be
I was
with
at
me. You mess
post-WrestleMania.
around, be
Yeah.
up late.
I'm like, this dude
I think
might
the
got
latest
me
I
at
can stay up now is
3:50.
like 1. If it gets to 1, I'm like, I gotta get.
But
in
you know
bed.
what, too? That shit be going by so
It
quick.
do. It
Like,
do.
I'll be playing the game and I'll look down and be like, shit, it's fucking 2:30 already?
I'm definitely playing 2K
But you're a
next
nap
year.
guy though.
I'm not playing.
Also, I think
I'm not making that many bills.
weirdly enough, my sleep is kind of like adjusted to it. Like, it's kind of like my schedule of how I go, especially with streaming at night.
You got this unfortunate part where you got to be up at 9
Yeah,
o'clock.
sometimes
to do
just
this.
I
Just
literally
quit
gotta-
this job and do that job.
I
full-time.
literally got a headache right now because we woke up so much earlier. I just had to take
I don't think it's really. It's
2 Advils and eat some Rice Krispies because I'm like, bro.
I think I really feel with D Mills when it's like for me to really get up, I have to wake up a little bit earlier than I need to because it's like
Same.
you get rid of that grogginess. You
Yeah.
know, like you know what I'm saying. You're actually awake.
Yeah, I wake up early when I got an early shoot because I get
Facts.
morning face when my bags is heavy. I just I look like I just rolled out of bed. So like I got to do a spot at 9 a.m. and on Friday I'll probably wake up at 7 o'clock to just wake up for that.
yeah.
Get my face routine, my skincare routine going, take a good shower, just to get ready for the day. Here I don't give a damn. This camera far enough, y'all can't see my bags. I wear glasses and a low hat. But on that show, that camera right here.
Yeah.
And I looked
feel
at
it.
myself one time and I was like, shit, you look rough, bro.
Somebody lying to you, that camera to the mirror, and it's probably the camera.
Probably the camera. Because the mirror industry, no, it's the mirror.
The mirror, yeah.
They need you to keep coming
KD
back.
said he ain't gonna play 2K with us next year. That's crazy. It's down to the last Mohicans, Mike. Because Kyron is
Mason fell out 4
I
years
think
ago,
Kyrie gonna
10
come
years
back.
ago.
Tyler.
John-
Tyler,
I-
Oh, we
Tyler's
got
coming
Tyler.
back.
We got
Ky-
Tyler.
Tyler come back, and then that means John coming back too.
I miss Kyrie, man.
You know what I'm missing? Terrence's yearly man.
Here
When
come-
2K drop,
What he
Charles Quinn.
Charles
Quinn making his comeback. I'm really trying to get on that with y'all.
That bum ass character. Because I know Terrence listens to these shows. That bum
You
ass
remember when
character.
Terrence used to have to stop and go? Like that was his
Oh, that was his
patented
move.
Yeah.
He used to fuck people up with that
He
move.
did?
Low key.
Bro,
Stop and go.
bro,
I
me
never
and
forget they
Terrence just played
introduced that
park
with
on
John
themselves,
Wall.
too.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, thank y'all so much for listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and next time we talk to you. Oh, that's not true. I was going to say maybe some series is over. No, we still got some game for us. Either way,
Pump your brakes, man.
we'll see y'all soon. Peace.